give this a go. I'm going to try to join here. Oh, nice. Now to Facebook. I found out I can join this thing as a producer, and it makes life so much easier. I wish I knew this last year. All right, what's up, folks? What is going on? Is anybody out there? Chat. Public chat.
Anybody out there?
What's that? Let me check the YouTube settings.
Yeah, I just got a notification, so we should be good.
Yes, sir. Live pod. Someone messaged me on Facebook. Let's check this live. There's a message from. You know who the message is from, dude?
Is it from
It's from
Kenny?
Frank Ermel.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
I wouldn't
Imagine
be.
you just messaged both of us.
He doesn't know who's in charge.
So how did that come about? How did you think about let's draft that on the podcast?
So we should start the show by anointing the brand new Commissioner Frank Ermel. He is
Okay,
taking over.
round of applause. What a
Give
guy.
a little codeine clap for you, Frank. He is the new Commissioner now that Paul O'Connor has upgraded or matriculated to the 50 and older
Mm.
Commissioner. He's Commissioner Senior, and Frank Ermel will be Commissioner Junior. And if you call him Mr.
That's
Commissioner, he'll say, no, that's my father's name. So just keep it nice and light with Frank. So they're having the first official scrimmission Wednesday.
okay.
Field is TBD, but we got on the list of 20 players, and Martin and I are going to draft the teams for Wednesday to keep it fair and amicable. So the two
Did
pitchers are
he
Frank.
reach out to you to do this? Did you reach out to him to do this? Like, how did this?
Well, I don't want to out Frank for the slut that he is, but he is a
Mm-hmm.
Marlboro softball slut and junkie.
Of
So he
course.
did ask. I would, if I had to read between the lines here, the tea leaves, it looks like Glenn Marone and Frank LaRocca are the pitchers and captains, and they probably couldn't find an amicable way to split these teams up. So they called on us, the forever, you know, the forever unbiased, very, very neutral, you know, what Frank is in the courtroom is what we are
Sounds.
to the softball league. I think that's
I one of them. I'm not going to say which. I'll leave it up to the listener's imagination. One of them is much more corrupt than the other.
mm. And that's like a riddle because it could be either one, honestly.
I mean, the Illuminati's real. Whether
Glenn
we're
Rose,
in the Illuminati, whether Frank's in the Illuminati, one of the groups is in the Illuminati. One of the groups is corrupt. You never know which it is. You know.
someone's telling you to put sleeves on. You're making AD nervous. I can only imagine that that's Lou DeMarco, Anthony's wife, coming in. She doesn't want to have a bad night, so she's like, "Let's not ruin my husband's ego right before we go to bed."
Sun's out, guns out, baby. It's unbelievable weather today. Today got me between tryouts yesterday, which we'll get into heavily. It's going to be the main topic today. Um, what a day, dude! It got me fired up that softball's back. I took a walk outside and immediately was like, "We need to do a podcast, and we need to plan our next 4
Yeah,
podcasts."
you got all horned up. That's what Dave Meyer
Yeah,
texted me. He's like, "I'm so horny right now." And
there
I
you
was like,
go.
well, maybe that therapist that you're seeing isn't doing a great job, but he was just talking about the weather, Conversion therapy is not working for Dave Meyer. But I felt like Tiny Tim today. I want to thank everyone, dude. This league is, that was Tino. Amazing. Tino just,
Oh, Tino doesn't have much room to talk. I'm
I
coming.
think,
I'm coming for your shortstop position now,
I think the
Tino. Be
best
careful.
shortstop in the league can kind of say whatever he wants.
I don't think Cole is watching yet.
This league, I would say last night, I got so many. I was in the hospital last night. I had some kidney issues, some blood in the kidneys. We're gonna be fine, but I must have got between like 15 and 20 messages from people in the league, which is like 10% of the fucking league, I didn't even advertise that I was in the hospital. It's like we always talk about the league kind of going farther than softball into people's personal life, and it's like, really nice, warming thing from everyone. So I appreciate you guys. I know half of the people that contacted me were just captains trying to figure out if I was going to be ready for opening day, but I'll take it however
They,
I can get it, baby.
they reached out. That means they care.
They they care as far as they can throw me, which is not very far. Somebody say shortstop. AD has checked into the chat.
What's up? What's up, AD? We working right now, AD? Traffic stop?
Tax dollars, baby.
Construction?
Getting paid to watch our content. That's what happens when you're a fan.
This guy's got it. Guy does it all. You didn't get to go to tryouts, right?
I did not. I was doing unrelated to my kidney failure. I was doing some cookbook photography over at Mr. and Mrs. Fluta's house. So again, we get wax poetic about the connections I've made in this league.
You get a sick house to take pictures in.
Yes, incredible kitchen. It's going to be on the cover. I got Nancy Cole's mom was there the whole day with their dog Barkley. It was awesome. I love Barkley. He's a lad, and she loves my crumb cake, so I put her name in the book under the
Nice.
crumb cake. So it'll be Nancy's crumb cake. I'm really proud and excited
Very
and
cool.
incredibly thankful to the Flutas. So for today, Cole, you could be the best shortstop in the league because
Wow.
I'm
I
indebted
don't
to
like this. I don't like this. Tino,
Tino.
I might go put sleeves on. You're my guy again.
Honestly, I said something to Cole on Thursday at golf about not being the best shortstop, and he looked around. He's like, "There's no can. There's not even." I'm like, "I got it. It never sleeps, baby. It never sleeps." He's like, "Tino
Always
isn't
on
even
edge.
here."
That's funny. Tryouts though were fun. Good turnout. Weather became unbelievable. It was a little misty to start. I was like, oh no, it's about to rain, but it cleared up pretty much once they started swinging, and then awesome day. Probably like 40 people there. A lot of non-captains, not board members, which is always cool.
Yeah,
And then they had three firm tryouts. Like they were full. Took the full hour, and all of the people were like there early. So like as the 10 o'clocks wrapped up, the 11s take the field, and then the 12 o'clock guys are
exactly.
starting to show up and whatever. So there were just a lot of people in like a small space, and it was just a lot of small talk and softball talk, and it was awesome. It's like the first day of the boys being back. So awesome time, and we'll see. I can't believe that field, dude. Park Ave was in. I mean, it looked horrible, but it was usable. I was shocked after all the snow and shit. But a good day, very good day. And I think we got more next weekend. We have another wave field TBD, but another crop of it's like 10, 15 guys trying out. So it should
Yeah, I
be
think I saw 16 somewhere. AD wants us to take a pause while he puts the kids to sleep. We're gonna have two other shortstops that tried out yesterday. AD, they're not you, so you can just go put the kids to bed. This might as well be a pause for you. But I watched all the videos in a nice little morphine state last night, so I feel like I'm dialed in.
nice.
The doctor's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "You wouldn't fucking understand." She's
How
like,
much
"Your
time you got?
kidneys." He's like, "Your kidneys are bleeding. Can you fucking pay attention to what's going on in here?" And I was like, "Ryan Ramirez is playing a hell of a shortstop. Sorry, I can't do it." But we have what, two guests, right? Two new
Two
rookies.
guys. I was about to say, should I email one of them?
Yeah, he's ready.
Yup, yup. Do you want to spoil them, or should we just let them pop up? Both of them are rookies. We could say that. Any guests for anyone listening at home?
You can make a guess. I will give you a hint. These this is the person that Eric Becker had a little bit of a sexual experience and trial with in college. So it's a good friend
Mm,
of X. He's coming into the league. He tried out a shortstop, and you know, a lot of good buzz around both of the guys that we have on tonight. And our first one is going to be Christian Gaglio, and then number two is going to be everybody's favorite Ray, Rich Acera. And so we're gonna have them on, talk a little bit about what their experience was, what it was like to hear Doug say Dora the Explorer 72 times. See if they enjoyed that. I enjoy. I was high on morphine, but I did enjoy it.
What would you rate Doug's? filming this year compared to
He's
last
something
year?
like he's a cross between, I want to say Annie Leibovitz and Michael J. Fox. So somewhere between the two of those. A little bit of Parkinson's tremor, but he's got a lot of drama to his shots. So we we should do a better job going out there and helping Doug. I just we will next week. I have a lot of comments about people that didn't try out and their behavior at the tryouts. I would like it if the person hitting the ball to the guy that we're trying to watch play defense, like they're hitting fly balls and someone's yelling in or out. It's like why are you helping this guy take a route? Let's see if the guy
Mm.
can take the route. But everyone wants to be so everyone's so excited. It's been there's been snow on the ground for 6 months. It feels like so. I just thought I was just cracking up. Oh,
There I am.
look at this
What's
guy.
up?
He's a good looking Italian in the league.
Yeah.
We need
What's
more of
going on,
those.
man? How's everything?
Good. You are better than Eric, better looking than Eric. He says that he's better looking. He's full of shit.
It's not
Yeah,
hard. It's not hard to be better
When
looking than
Eric
him.
comes on, we got to change the camera because his nose is so fucking big. It's a different angle we need for him.
I'm your original Queens, New York guy that moved out to Jersey and found a home originally in the Manalapan softball league, and that's how I kind of met Becker. So
Is that modified or was that
I
all?
think it was ARC. I feel like when I first went out there, my friend from Queens actually moved out to Jersey. He was in Morganville, and he originally had a softball league. Went into that softball league, but like the C division or B division and the smaller fields. And the guy Simon knew that I was kind of better than most of those guys in there, and he kind of said, "Hey, someone needs a shortstop."
Yeah.
So I forget the first team I played for, and I might have played for them for a year, but then like Becker picked me up, and he told me yesterday our team was the Raging Homers back in the day. We used to play the Excavators and all those big time teams. So I guess it was about 4 or 5 years, but I kind of moved to Hoboken, so I wasn't able to kind of come there. And I think he would text me every year, "Do you want to play? Do you want to play?" So my girlfriend, I just told you, lives in a rain tree there. So now I'm there all the time. Like, you know what? This time I'm going to take you up on it. So that's kind of
There
how
you
I'm
go.
back in the league.
So
You play
is
So,
that was it be like Saturday nights you're spending nearby, and then you got the quick commute, or is that the plan?
so I'm pretty much there right now. Most of the week, I cover for work. I cover like the tri-state area. So right now I'm in Hoboken. It all depends on where I am. So during the week I'm all over the place, but the weekends I'm always there. So I'm pretty much good for Sunday morning.
Sick, dude. Maybe we'll get drafted together. We could carpool. You live right next door. Let's see what we can
Now, are
do.
you guys two of the coaches that are drafting or
No,
No.
we're just fucking lunatics, honestly.
okay?
Yeah,
Well,
we,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
we,
We don't do much else other than text about softball. So now we just talk about
Gotcha.
softball for other
Gotcha.
people. Yeah.
Were you guys there the other day?
I was.
I was
Okay.
not. But we'll be. You'll see us like, dude. I don't even know. Like, you're probably not really prepared. Like, we'll come. We live stream the games. We commentate on the games. Like, your girlfriend could sit at home and put us up on the TV and watch you play.
And just
Like,
watch it from there.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. And you'll get live commentary. We got a bunch of cool stuff going on, and then
Right.
every week we talk about the league. We talk about the guys. We talk some shit. We give out meaningless awards, but you
Oh
know,
yeah. We
200
spend way
strong.
too long on topics that nobody cares about. Just feed it to death, and then people tell us
Right.
that they like it.
Right.
And you play little yellow ball tournaments or not so much, or just mostly.
So yellow ball, I'm guessing. So I'm not into the whole softball, what the leagues are. I mean, we played with a yellow ball back in the day. I don't know what that's considered. I know yesterday we were hitting the regular, what are those called? Clinchers.
Yeah.
Clinchers,
That
yeah.
was, I mean, first it was, so that was my first time out on a field in 12 years.
No
So I am
shit.
48. I
Yeah.
used to be, listen, I played high school, I played college, Division One. I was great back in the day from the dynamic that I brought. I feel the teams, but now I would see myself if you guys were drafting. Someone may take me on a flyer earlier than they may think they want to, and it may work out, it may not. That's how I kind of look at it. I'm clean cut and dry, but I'm going to give everything I got. So
12,
that's the type of
12
player I am.
years you haven't played, you said?
The last time I played was when I was in these
Oh,
leagues, and I kind
shit,
of
dude.
moved to Hoboken. I lived here 12 years.
I thought maybe you'd be playing up north a little bit. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what it was in Hoboken. There really wasn't much around, and I also played in like a rough touch football league. So I basically played all year round, fall, winter, spring. I played in tournaments in the summer. So I kind of went that route a couple of years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago. I broke my leg. I got a plate, 9 screws, and a little
Oh,
buckle around my ankles. So it took a full year for me even to get back out there. I didn't feel like I myself. And I just stopped playing because, look, we have work. We don't want to get hurt for work and stuff like that. But I was out there yesterday. I haven't played in forever or done anything in the last 5 years. And I thought I was going to be more sore than I was. And I felt actually better, other than my lower back a little bit. But it was very muddy out there.
it's horrible conditions, yeah.
I was a little embarrassed at my performance. I mean, I did all right, but like the first one, I remember it was a line drive at me. It was those ones where is it going to be short hot? And it hit me like right in the stomach. So I was like, this is embarrassing. The first shot at me.
And you're like, what do you mean I got to fucking try out like I'm in fucking high school? And then you're like, what do you mean there's 57 people here watching me?
Well,
Like,
right.
Did,
Well, I honestly didn't really pay any attention to that. I am who I am. And you could either go off of what I did. I mean, I feel like you could see see when I look at a player, I could see one person just have a catch and throw the ball, and I already know like whether I'd want them or not. So
I'm the same way as you. And what do you go by? Christian, people call you Gaglio? Like what?
Gags. So gags.
So easy.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's
We
pretty
lose the
easy.
tags, we get a gags. Italian for
we
Italian.
lost sags, we got gags.
There you go. That was what I was saying. Like there, people are always murmuring, right? And they hear whispers even before you tried out. They're like, "Oh my God, this guy Gaglio's coming in the league. Was so good back in Manalapan. Holy fuck, he's in great shape. Oh my God." You were like, there was like an aura around you going into the day. I don't know if you knew that. And then afterwards, like you said, you didn't perform up to your standards. I don't think you performed up to other people's standards. And now I'm hearing people are like, "Oh my God, he looked like shit. What the fuck?" Like
I believe it.
It's crazy.
If you had to say, like on a scale 1 to 10, how rusty did you feel?
Number one, I felt like I was running in quicksand because I probably was. I mean, my cleats were completely full of mud.
Yeah.
Number two, my cardio's not. Listen, I used to play sports all year round. So now you don't play for 5 years. You're getting ripped 12 ground balls at you. And I used to have a rifle from shortstop. So, that was the first time I even threw a ball. So I think with time, and look, is it going to take a couple weeks? Would it take a month? Would it never come? I'm 48 years old. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Like, I saw Becker sent me one of the draft kind of layouts. And I'm like, it was like the 12th or 13th round. I think that's embarrassing for me. But I would say this. Like, Doug was like, oh, people are talking about the first round. Maybe I probably didn't come up with that because I saw guys hitting bombs here and there. I'm a guy that someone might take a flyer on and it might work out for them, might not. So, but I'm a person that
said, like being able to like tell if someone can do if they're an athlete or if they're good just by throwing and catch. Like I watched you track one ball. It wasn't even during like outfield tryout. It was during someone else's BP. You tracked one ball running to like dead center on
in
the
center
run, and I was
field
like,
over my shoulder. Right.
This guy
Well,
knows
right.
what's up out
So
there.
now on the first couple, like I haven't seen a fly ball in 12 years. So when they were hitting me, like there was one I was embarrassed. Like, how the hell did I miss? I've never missed a fly ball. So like in softball, like when I was in Jersey, I played shortstop my whole life. So I like shortstop just because I control the game. I think the two things that I bring are my baseball intellect and how smart I am in the field and what's going on and how to control a game, and my speed. Now, is my speed what it was 12 years ago? It didn't feel like it then, but it wasn't like totally off where but I used to hit the ball in the outfield. I'm taking two. So I'm going to try to do that. But if it's not what it was years ago, I just don't know that yet. So I'm kind of a flyer that there's going to be that team that picks 4 or 5 studs. I see myself as like a fifth, sixth, maybe even a seventh rounder, someone may get very lucky, and I'm going to take them to the championship.
This league is way too
Not me,
good
but
for
as a
you
team.
in the fifth round. You're gonna be, if I had to guess, like you have incredibly realistic expectations for who you are, and that's wonderful. But you should throw those right out the window. This is a place where those are gone. People are irrational. We spend, what do we spend? 26 weeks or so together on the same team. Like you
Right.
have too many good instincts, too much raw ability. Like you'll be
Well, that's
better.
what it is.
You'll be better week 14 than you are week one.
Oh,
And
100%.
if you're starting the draft with two really good players and you have the luxury to take a guy like you to gamble on, if that gamble pays off, like
Winner.
this
It's a
everything we
league
do,
winner.
18 teams in the league, like it's a gamble to even get there. So it's like you got a high risk, high reward. It could go. We have the game coming up soon.
Right.
I have a sneaking suspicion. Watching you try out, I thought weather's not great. He looks a little bit rusty, but
Definitely rusty.
you seem like the kind of guy that like put 10 guys on the field and throw an umpire back there and let me be
Me.
instinctual.
I,
Right.
s-
I was the
that's
same. Dude, I came my tryout, dude. Doug called me fat for 15 minutes behind the camera. I hit 5 pop ups to the first baseman. And I didn't throw a single strike. But when it was time for the game, uh, you know,
Right.
put a guy in the batter's
Yeah.
box. Let me fucking go to work. I'm way better. So it's like I look at you as something like that, where it's like I think we'll see the real version of you. Like I
correct.
Yeah.
said, I'm down the
When
street.
when it gets to the rookie game, Dom, to that point, it's like you're gonna jog out to your position with confidence. You're gonna go get the cutoff, and you're not gonna throw the ball around, and then you're gonna not get cheated in your at bats. You're gonna have a good at
All
bat.
right.
Like those things are just
Well,
guaranteed.
yeah.
Like I can just
Right.
see that in you.
See,
It's guaranteed.
yeah.
Like that is going
Batting
to stand out
practice.
above all.
I thought batting practice was worse than my fielding because I'm a right field hitter. Like I'll slap it to right all day long because I feel like that's the
The weaker guy here.
easiest way to go for me. I know it. I grounded every single one to second base, which I never did. So I was getting frustrated. But then when I just hit it to left field center, I was ripping the ball. Like at this point, I think I'm a singles hitter. I used to be able to put it out, but I'm not as stacked as I was. I should say. I was probably a little bit bigger and
These are the
muscular,
muscles you need right
so the
there.
Oh,
power's not
Twig.
there. But yeah,
what
my
string
game's
bean?
speed. That's really is that what it is.
The string bean you're talking to in the middle there is our league MVP. So you don't have
Oh,
to be.
really? Okay.
You
Yeah,
don't
you
have
don't need
Well,
muscles
how
to put
old?
it out.
to.
How old are you?
That's a different conversation.
I'm 28.
Right, right.
But I would
Which is
say,
great. And
like, would you? We're all lunatics. Like, there's a game that's going to be Wednesday night. If you wanted to play in it, we can get you in. It starts at 5:15. There's guys that are going to
this
be.
Wednesday, I can't just because I have a dinner. There's a lot of stuff. I normally love to play during the week and not on the weekends, but there's so much for work that I have to do and a lot of dinners. But if there's a night I'm open and I'm down there, I would come. But it can't be this
Yeah.
Wednesday. I can't
We'll
play.
also, like, when the weather gets nicer, we'll hit batting practice on like
Oh yeah, dude, I need it.
Saturday afternoon. Come, like, so jumping on the podcast, like, guys, you're gonna get drafted in the late second, early third round. Early
Okay.
third would be the absolute latest. I would see someone like you going, but like, there's gonna be opportunity. Like, do you have a Facebook? Or are you
Well, a
on?
Facebook account.
Yeah,
I have Facebook account. That's pretty much it. I'm not like a
cool.
social media
Yeah,
guy.
go on Facebook. Go on to the
Oh, I
league.
have the Marlboro softball
Yeah,
thing.
cool. People reach out to Gags if you're going to hit or play. Like the community in the league is phenomenal. You go out and get once you fucking hit 30, 40 balls over a couple, like it's not going to
Yeah,
be
and
difficult.
yeah, just even getting there, and obviously there was a couple guys playing before, and like I wanted a long toss, and I'm long toss. I mean, like from sideline, and I'm in the outfield where I don't care if the guy bounces. I need to stretch my arm, and I
Mm.
wasn't able to do that prior, so I felt a little stiff. So I
Listen, there's
just the more
always
practice I get, the better I'm going to be.
last year there was a guy, a rookie, Dennis O'Connor. He used an aluminum bat all throughout this process, so he didn't get drafted at the spot he was supposed to. He ended up going, the later you go, kind of, the better your team gets to be. So it's like a work in progress, not so bad, and you're gonna love the league. The league's gonna
Right,
love you, right? You got a good personality.
right.
David's already talking about how big your biceps are. Like people are gonna love
They
you.
used to be.
You're gonna have some time. You're never gonna want to leave. You're gonna see how addicting
Right.
this gets, and it's like, this is the worst. I look at you and I'm like, I look at some of the guys. I'm like, wow, this person probably had an incredible day. I look at you and I'm like, this is the worst version of him we'll ever.
Probably. Yes.
And it's
I
like,
was winded. I was winded.
bro, it's for a worse version. That's not a bad version. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. And then it's you got the week off this week. Then you have the rookie game. Like, um, that's
Come
gonna
hang
be
out at tryouts next week.
you
Just
know.
watch the other rookies try out and dick around.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
do that. So there's still more people that haven't even tried out yet.
yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And listen, if the weather's nice, we'll all be at tryouts when tryouts are done. If you want us to throw you a bucket of balls, we'll throw you a bucket of balls, dude. That's the awesome thing about this league. There's 7 captains watching this podcast right now that will throw you a bucket of balls just to watch you hit
Yeah.
them. Like so,
I remember there was one year, and I don't think I was playing with Becker yet. It was a winter league, and I had serious tendonitis in my backhand. So I played the entire season. I swung with one arm, basically my front arm. I was slapping singles to left and right,
Exactly.
and my not for the league, but my team. I think we won that year, and they gave me the MVP because of. I mean, look what I did. I was slapping singles all over the place. Now that was a long time ago, but look, I'm an athlete. I think I could get. I'm gonna be better. There's no. I can't be worse than what I did.
What
It's
type of teammate? What type of teammate? Like, are you like if it's like say it's like the 7th inning and you need your team needs a spark or something? Are you like the rah rah guy or are you?
Oh, I'm the rah rah guy. I'm the guy talking all game. And even I didn't really not yesterday. It's obviously a tryout, but even like it was hitting to the outfield, I'd be like back ball. Like I like to play shortstop because I like to control the game because I feel like I make the better decisions. Now, if I have a second baseman that is good, other than that, if he's not, I'm taking the cutoffs. Like it's all about winning. So that's the type of player I am. I assess.
this guy.
I remember doing like you have these great teams, but then you have the lefty that he's only hitting the left. So I'm gonna force you to go all right. So I'm gonna switch the guy. I'm gonna take my third baseman, put him at short. I'm gonna move over. Go ahead, hit to left field. And if you do, good for you.
You get drafted by the right captain. They'll be texting you Saturday night scouting reports, where you want to go. Like I'm a pitcher in the league. Martin is the best left center fielder in the league. We would both we understand the value of a shortstop that knows how to communicate with the guy behind you as a pitcher. I want to know where the fuck you are. I want to know if you're putting the guys behind me in the right spot or do I have to do it? Like these are intangible things that someone like as a rookie, like I watch, like Ryan, we had Ramirez and Cumber and a few guys, like even Rich, look great at shortstop. How vocal are they going to be? How much intangibles at that positions are they going
Right.
to have? And for shortstop in this league specific, because it's a draft league, because you have rounds 1 through 13, like your 13 might be a 65-year-old man. Like the balls that are hit to shortstop are paramount. You have to be
Right.
in the right spot. You have to make a good throw. And your first baseman might be someone in their 50s. So the throw's got to be at the chest. Like you got to be in the right spot for the right guy. Because if you let that 13 get on base because of an error, guess what? Now you got this asshole.
Now the top of the order's coming up with a guy on that
stepping
shouldn't
into
be
the
on.
box.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm a guy. If the top of the order's coming up, let's say there's one out, first and third, and I know it's very unlikely that we're turning two if it's hit to me. I'm taking the guy out at home. I'm charging it to take him out at home to at least get that run, and maybe we save another one. It's all about you got to think about what the situation is, who are the people around you, who's hitting, who's up next. It's like all the things you guys are saying, but I just feel like that's my biggest quality is my intellect of knowing the game.
So
There's someone named Eric Rosenstock watching right now. He does not even have pants on right now. Listen to
Hopefully he's got sexy shaved legs. I don't know.
Gags, I got a question for you, Gags, based on what you were just saying. Like you like to know the guys, know who's on deck, know where they hit, all that. So how do you use that strength of yours coming into a league where you don't know really anybody or any of their tendencies or how they play?
I'm a pretty likable person. It's going to be time to figure out, but during the game, I might notice. I'll notice right away just from warming up who doesn't have a stronger arm, this, that, the other. If it's at the end of the game and there's a guy on second and he's going to score, and all game long the second baseman's been taking the cutoff from the right fielder, head to second, I'm taking the cutoff because I'm going to put it in my hands to get that guy at the plate. Now,
This
years
guy's
ago, I
fucking
gun him
awesome.
at the plate. Now my arm's a little bit off. Hopefully, it strengthens. It might not be. It's probably not going to be what it was, but it's going to be. I used to be on point accurate, so that's why. That's how I controlled the game. I knew the situation and what could happen, and who's the like. If it's not me, like listen, if there's a shortstop that's better than me, and you put me in the outfield, and that's where I'm better fit to make a better team, put me in the outfield because I could track fly balls down left and right with my speed. So it's not like I have to play shortstop. I'll play wherever I need to play.
Did Eric warn you about how committed the guys are in this league and how crazy it can get? Did
Since
he?
there's a podcast, I could see that. Yes.
Yeah,
Now it's
Smart
12.
man. What a smart man.
This is like a new thing. So like we never even had cameras at the game. So it's and remember I played college baseball. So I think like 10 years after I graduated, they was like college baseball arcade games that like you could play and like I would have been in it maybe, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole new world. I'm out there to win. That's all there really is
Where
to it.
did you play?
So I played at St. Francis College. It's a small college in Brooklyn, but it was Northeast Conference. We played Monmouth. We
Awesome,
played
buddy.
Fairleigh Dickinson in Jersey. I forget what other teams, but they don't even have a baseball team anymore. It was a small school in Brooklyn Heights. So, but that's where I played.
You missed the game over the last 12 years? Has it been something you missed?
Well, I played football for a long time, so I didn't miss it only because sports was my cardio. So
Yeah.
I played in like 2, 3 leagues on a Sunday, right? And then sometimes tournaments. So it's all of, I think it was mentally defeating when I stopped playing. I broke my leg. That fucked me
Yeah.
up for a couple of years. But the two things that I thought were going to hurt was my shoulder. I had a knot in my shoulder as I was throwing at the end. I actually got a better sleep last night. I think it was because I work out so much, not so much, but a decent amount where I'm not
No
doing
sweat.
cardio. The lactic acid buildup, and I think I got rid of it by sweating on the field. So I actually felt better, which was encouraging.
At 3 weeks, you're gonna be showing up with those fucking Nick Toronto bands, fucking getting ready with the heavy ball.
Listen,
You're like,
and I'm the guy that is all over the field, diving all over. I don't care what it is. Like, everybody's taking it. No, there's no taking it. I have one speed, and that's all there is. So that's what you're going to get with me. It may be a disaster, me diving all over the field and dropping everything, but it could be the greatest thing you ever get. So I'm a flyer, and I know it.
tell you what, I love it when a guy fucking lays the fuck out, whether he makes a play or not. I want everyone around us to know this is how we fucking behave when we're trying to chase a ball.
Well, and it sets the mode for the team. And I feel like, there's some teams and that's why I'm very vocal on the field where you're going to be down and people lay over at softball. I'm not laying over. And I think there's a mental aspect to playing the game. And I don't know if you remember the Excavators back in the day, they were so dominant, but we beat them a couple of times, I think in the championship when I was with Becker. It's a mind game and you have to show that you're not afraid and you're going to go out there and you're going to play. And there's probably some guys that maybe know me from back then. And I'm never going to give in to anybody. I don't care how good the team is.
I'll tell you what, Becker's been texting me telling you to shut the fuck up. You've done nothing but improve your fucking draft status right now.
It's unbelievable. This guy's the man. I'm ready to run through
I
it
don't
all.
want to. I don't
I'm
care
ready,
about my
bro.
draft status. I don't really care. I'm actually hoping I go later because now my team is going to be stacked with 4 or 5 people.
Gosh.
And if I'm the sixth, it's going to be
It's
tough
all
to
out the
beat
window.
us.
You threw
It's
that
going to be
all
tough
out.
to beat us.
You've ruined all chance of that today.
Gags.
You
I'll tell
could
what,
take
if
me
you
one,
wake
and
up-
I might be the best player. I don't know.
Listen, if you wake up that March 29th and you see your name in the third round slot, consider it a fucking gift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're in the
just-
congrats on the championship if that happens. I'm gonna be the
Just
first
make
to
sure
say
it's not Becker's team, okay? I want to make sure I'm hitting against him.
it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Anything else?
All right, we got You got anything else you want? Anything else you want to say?
Any questions?
Um,
Um, it's a big league. It sounds like. It sounds like there's 18 teams.
Yep. 234 players.
So you're not even playing every team. There's not 18, or you play every team once. That
there,
sounds like two.
there are three. There are three divisions, 6 teams each. So you play the teams in your division twice for 12 games, and then the teams out of division once each. So 24 total games over 22 weeks. You have a couple double headers, or we have a Wednesday night game, Sunday night game. So it might even be 20
Oh,
weeks.
so there are weekday games.
Oh, dude,
You get like one or
for
two
fucking
Wednesday
prime
night
time.
games guaranteed. I think
Okay.
two Wednesday
Prime time.
night games guaranteed, scheduled like super early, obviously, and then maybe a Sunday night. Those are rare that
Sunday
you get
nights
one.
are the most electric games. They're
Right.
6 o'clock. It's so beautiful out. You get the whole booth out recording the game. The whole fucking
Right.
league is there. Like, it's a fucking ice cream truck showing up. Sometimes it depends if Joe Mamone's fountain in his backyard has been renovated and they pay for the ice cream truck to come.
Right.
It's a good time. It's a great time. The league does. Then there's a bunch of tournaments, right? You have the Hornet tournament. You
Right.
have all the other charity stuff that we do throughout the year. That's such a fucking blast. Like your girlfriend probably come to the games, right? She'll meet
Right.
a bunch of other people. I'm sure she
Right.
knows. Allie, like come down to the game with the dogs, watch. Like
Right.
she's the community for the family is just as good as it is for the people
See,
playing.
my girl, when she says, "Is the game almost over?" I tell her, "Don't worry, it's the third quarter. We're almost done," and she's good.
Sick.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I think
That's how much she knows.
yeah, that's great. She come have a little
She can come have
cocktail.
social hour if she doesn't
Yeah.
even
Oh
get about the
yeah,
game.
if she's drinking, then she'll be there. That's what it is.
Easy. You find James Pizzulo, you got Pete, you got Becker. It's always stocked. You
Right.
got Carol's got a nice stock fucking cooler. Like
Right.
you find a beverage, an adult beverage at and during a nice summer night is very easy to
Yeah.
come by at Union Hill, right?
So now, if you got 18 teams, you're talking over 200 people that are
234. Yep.
okay. And look, for guys that were trying out, there were some guys that were hitting bombs
Yeah.
there, But we all bring what it is. Everybody brought something else to the table,
Routine
and
fly
everybody
balls. Those were
everybody had their
routine flies.
flaws. And there was the younger guys were the good guys. The younger guys,
You'll see the in this league because of the way the ball is, and then you got athletes like Marty running around. Like you'll see that the game IQ is more important than physical attributes in a lot. There are very few guys who are so physically gifted that they can overcome those things like those intangibles if they don't have them. There's
this is what beats everything.
yeah, exactly. And that's in this league, a slap to right field is often a way better ball than the fly ball towards the fence and left.
Yeah.
If you got some fucking string bean asshole that's 28 years old about to jump over the fence and make a long out. Like, so it's like you hit a ball down the right field line, you got a little league home run in your back pocket sometimes. So it's like
Right.
it's
Well, I'm a right field hitter.
Take advantage, baby.
beautiful. All
Now,
right,
wait a minute. So home runs, because they used to be like you could have 4 a game. Is there like limits like that? Okay.
Nope.
Dom's really
Unless-
good at giving them up too. If you need
Yeah.
some help hitting homers, just ask Dom.
If I hit one the whole year, I'll be happy. Trust me.
Only the greats give up home runs. That's how
I like to slap it in the gap and use my speed so everybody can watch
There
what
you
I can do. That's what I like.
There you go.
this guy's here to fuck, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool.
I'm trying to think. Anything else you guys want to know about me? I don't know.
We appreciate you coming on. I know this is a lot to fucking be like, tried out for a league and now you're on a podcast the fucking next day.
Two dudes you never met before.
Right. We appreciate you so much for coming on. The league is, they're gonna love you. You're gonna see a lot of people are gonna feel more comfortable talking to you now that they kind of feel like they know you. And we just can't thank you enough. And listen, we're gonna ask you to come on again some point later in the season. It's all
Sure.
either because you played incredibly or because you're playing like dog shit. So let's
Hopefully, I'm not crying and I'm quitting.
let's see which it is. If you have any questions for either of us, dude, you have my number.
Appreciate it.
Facebook, reach out to whoever you want. Everybody except for Justin Bykowski is going to be really welcoming and kind to you. So
Right.
you're gonna be great. If you need anything, and Beck, he's not a shy guy. So if
Right.
you need something, say something. We take care of our own here.
I appreciate it.
All right, brother. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Maybe I'll see you Sunday.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
There's like
Yep.
3 guys in the chat that said they'll hit with you Sunday if you go to the rookie tryouts and you want to go hit a little bit more. So
And that's at the same field and all that stuff. Well, just let me know where it is.
I'll shoot you a text.
All right, sounds good.
All right, brother.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Ciao.
All right. That was awesome. That guy's the man.
What a fucking lad, dude. He's an early candidate for the Dominic DeFalco Dennis O'Connor rookie award.
What award is that?
Just the most fuckable rookie, the most interesting one.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Can you boot him out or?
All right, he might just have to go away at some point. I don't know why I can't remove him. You want to email this other dude? We talked to him for longer than I was expecting. He would like that guy got me fired up.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying, dude, and I was gonna save it for when we talked to Jomo, but I was talking to people and I was like, they're like, he didn't play like a 1. And my thought was like, he didn't play like a 1 in the tryout, sure, but like when we go to this rookie game, he's going to be far and above the best softball player out there. And he kind of just like correct. He's gonna do everything right. Like he's not gonna make stupid mistakes. He's not gonna have bad at bats. And he kind of just like reassured me tonight that my thought was correct.
My feeling in this draft this year, the first 12 picks are not really up for debate, but picks 13 through 34 are heavily up for debate. And I don't see him going, especially after this game. I think he's a gamer.
After this interview.
Yeah.
You know, when Pat listens to this tomorrow at 3 a.m., like he's gonna run through a wall.
23 guys that he's willing to draft. It's going to be 24 after.
That's funny.
All right, so
I just emailed Chi, by the way.
Cool. He's coming on. Dude is a stud. Becker agrees. I agree. I think it's you can look at some guys and I kind of we'll talk about that later. There's a couple guys where I feel like they had a really great day. They got really nice soft bounces. They looked really great in a petri dish, and some guys can't be measured in the petri dish, and I put him in that category. I also put younger Greenspan in that category too. But there are some guys where I feel like, in perfect environment, perfect conditions, no one on third base looking to score on a fly ball. Like,
right.
You can't measure everybody like that. And so we have Rich.
No, that'd be like an interesting thing to see at like the tryouts. Like I would like to see get revamped a little bit. I mean, I have like some ideas, but I don't have like full scale. Is it even worth it? Do we have the time? How does that work and all that? But
I was watching too, and I was like, how can this be improved a little bit? And it's like, there's no perfect way to do this, and this game is like the best kind of thing.
The game is the most important. Yeah.
And like you look at the rookies, maybe David, I look at like, man, how did David go mid-3? Like, how did we miss the fucking boat on David so much? But there's no other rookie that I look at last year that was kind of similar. Rich, what's up, baby?
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing well.
Fantastic.
I've never seen you without a hat on.
Don't worry, I got the Rays hat right next to
You're
me.
like the evil Joe Caputo.
Oh, no.
You're like the Luigi to Joe Caputo's Luigi. I love it.
Yeah, Joe got me to know about this league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, right? Joe, Vince, and Pete are your boys, right? And Baldino too.
Yeah, so I play with them over in Middletown. I think I've been there for about 4 years. My high school buddy Paul Vella, I guess went to college with a few of these guys. One day hit me up. I played in Neptune and Wall, and my team in 2 seasons went from losing in the championship to going 0-16. So we fell apart in a couple years.
Nice.
So my buddy hits me up. He's like, "Hey, I got a league for you in Middletown." Bunch of my friends. That was about 4 years ago. Been playing with them ever since. We've been to some championships, won a couple. But I'd say last season they started talking about Marlboro, and I'm like, they start talking about things week by week. I'm like, oh, there's a tryout. Oh, okay, that's cool. Then I hear a couple weeks go by. I'm like, oh, there's a draft. Okay, this league's getting cool. And then I find out there's a banquet. They keep stats. the whole nine,
Podcast.
and the podcast, Facebook page, and I've been dying for this, to say the least. I couldn't wait to do this. Reminds me of the glory days.
Was going to tryouts like everything that they hyped it up to be, or what are you thinking when you walk down there and there's just 40 dudes with clipboards and paper and donuts and such?
Yeah, well, I was probably the first one to show up. My trial was at 10 after I got there at 9:30. And you know what? I was just ready to play, man. I just wanted to have some fun. I had fun out there the whole time, and that's pretty much all I do. I mean, there's nothing better than this, playing softball with the guys.
You played in the fall tournament, correct?
I played in that one-day tournament, yep.
So you got a
And that
little
was
bit of you got a little feel for the league and the ball and everything like that. So it's a little bit of a nice introduction. And then, of course, the Rays guys, the Hooligans guys. Look at Nikki Lapp saying hello. Sandgate, yeah, Sandgate. I think that was the fall tournament you guys played together. How did you feel about your tryout? Let's go. You were the belle of the ball. Everybody telling me about you. Let me tell you, I asked Pete for your number. I was like, let me get Rich on the podcast. He's like, Rich is not ready. I'm like, listen, I heard from 15 fucking people about Rich. He's fucking ready. Get him on the podcast. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Yeah, the Middletown group chat was blowing up. And like I said, man, I just went out there and had some fun. Took 6 ground balls, and apparently I'm a shortstop now. So
that backhand snag at second, dude. You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. And then they're like, someone's like, go to shortstop, and I just seen you laugh and run over there. I'm like, here he goes. There we go, right away. How would you feel if you did play shortstop all year?
I mean, we'll see, man. I'm an outfielder. Everyone asked me what position I played, and I said I told them I'm probably most valuable in center field. I like playing on the dirt. Joe doesn't let me play the infield. He threw me at first every now and then. That was fun. So, I mean, I play anywhere.
I played with Joe last season. He cracks the whip.
Yeah, Joe's a good coach. Joe's definitely a good coach. He wants us to win, and you can't ask for anything more about that. With that,
How'd you think you hit? Like, what's your style at the plate?
I mean, I should be hitting the ball on the ground, in between the third baseman and the shortstop. I just swing hard and play hard, man. Without giving away too much. I mean, I just hustle. I run as hard as I can, run out to my position. If that ball's on the ground, the goal is to get to first base and then score. So I mean, I'd say my biggest skill is my speed. I just run hard. I run as hard as I can.
Something you don't see at the tryout. Something that doesn't come out in the tryout, Tommy.
You're dude. You're a pest. You're the kind of guy that you hate playing against, but when he's on your fucking team, you love him the most. And that's a Pat Pingaro guy right there too. That's a Rosenstock guy. Any guy in the league would like to have a guy like that. So it's like, you're gonna fit right in with how intense it. Like I look at Baldino. And he's so cherubic. He's always smiling, right? But he'll run through a fence for a ball. You're a little bit more of a pest, and a team. You kind of need that you need a little bit of an emotional identity in this league. I think that's something that you can't look at on a stat book. You can't see at a tryout, but that kind of shit, like, it tips the scale, and you're all these little intangible factors. And so I'm guessing you're super fucking stoked to get into the mix. And have you guys been talking a bunch of shit with the Caputos and Pete and Chris? Like, you guys all trying to figure out how to get on the team together? Like, would you rather play with them or against them? I know you play with them already, so would you rather play against them or would you rather play with them?
Man, I'm just looking to play, whether it's with them or not. I mean, it's going to be hard to get us all on the team. If we were all on the same team, I'll tell you what, we'll win the championship. That's for sure.
There you go.
And you can tell the whole Hooligan team that as well.
I mean, you got Vince 1, you got Baldino 2, you got you 3, and Joe 4. There you
go. Don't forget about Greggy Meatballs.
You got to get Pete in there too. Yeah, you can't get them all. You can't get them all. But it's gonna be fun. I kind of hope you don't get to play with them because I'd love to see you talk shit to your friends. That's like my
It's
favorite part of the league is talking shit to my friends.
it's like a very nice change of pace. Like we play hooligans with like my good group of buddies. It's really fun playing against them. Like there's nothing more like electric than the Saturday night. Like let's go get a beer and talk shit for an hour together about this game we're about to play. It's a nice dynamic.
We definitely hate each other between the lines, but once we shake hands, I mean, we all respect each other. So I mean, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, come to compete, try and win, but have fun and don't get hurt, and that's what I'm out there to do, man.
You guys have any plans to like watch the draft together, or are you guys just gonna kind of solo it out, watch at home?
I'll probably be watching the draft here alone. We'll see where I get called. Hopefully, I'm not watching it too long, but I mean, if I have to wait till the 15th round, that's fine, man. I'm excited to be in this league. Not to repeat myself, but I've been like just every weekday middle town, I just hear things about this league, and it just fires me up. And I mean, filling out the application, I was even fired up. Like I just can't wait to get playing again.
Do you know any of the captains' names, like from any of the conversations?
I mean, I played with Tommy Carroll for a year. I know he played with you on the Hooligans. Doug Ping. I played with Ping. Is Ping a captain?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ping, I was on Ping's team. I was on Ping's team in the one-day league. But yeah, I recognize some names. I mean, I can't name them off the top of my head right now, but if they were on paper in front of me, I might.
He's like, I'm not going to tell you who's already messaged me on Facebook yet.
As I say, we just did a headline grab there. Chi wants to play for Tom or Pat. Confirmed.
Wow. Yeah. You've done a pretty good job with you're very politically correct. Good PR you got going on here. But no, these are guys like we just had another rookie Christian on right before you, and he was just like you. The lad wants to fucking go break his body to go win a championship, and that's the fucking the league identity is becoming more and more of that, and it's really awesome. It's really great to have another guy like that in the league.
I mean, that's exactly what you want. I mean, the last league I was in, it's hard to get 10 guys. I mean, you want at least 11 or 12 there, at least 13 or 14 in the group chat to know you're going to fill a roster. And then once you're there, I mean, come to play, man. Like, run to your position, run back out, I mean, get off the bench, cheer for your team. I mean, it's like high school all over again, man. I mean, there's nothing better than this.
You foresee yourself being like a Wednesday night, go to the Wednesday night games, linger, have some drinks with the fellas? You local enough?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm definitely old enough. We'll see. I see some of those games are scheduled last season. I was checking out the website. Some of those games are scheduled for 8:30. Getting close to my bedtime with those weekday games, but we'll see, man. I mean, like I get up early. I work construction, so I mean, Sunday. I know I'll have some Wednesday night scheduled games, and I mean, you guys show up and play, So I'm just excited for this. Sunday morning, I got the later game. I might be the first one there too. We'll see.
You'll have to fight David Viggs for that spot. And Pat Pingara. Don't try to put your chair in Pat's spot. None of that.
Go.
Oh, Joey's in here. Joey Pargaman says he worked with you at Butcher's Block. I don't know if you remember Joey.
I definitely worked at Butcher Block. I mean, if I saw Joey's face, I feel terrible not knowing.
Kick rocks, Joey. Let me translate that. Kick
Joey's
fucking
the
rocks.
Stepchild of the league, so it's okay. You could snub him.
Dude, Joey's having a good day, because he asked me what time the podcast was, and he read the post that said what time the podcast was.
And then he asked where it was, like the link wasn't attached to it.
Have a day, Joe.
You got any questions for us? I mean, you have Joe, who is, also I think he's going to be in the draft room this year, helping Doug with the Excel. Like Joe is all the way in the league. I know he wants to get a team soon and all that stuff. So I'm sure any questions you have, you ask Pete and Joe. But is there anything, any questions you have for us? Anything you want to let the captains know? This is like, this is your time. I know there's 234 people in the league, and 210 of them they're going to watch this. So, anything you want to say, anything, any questions you have, we're here to answer them.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I mean, I like to stay humble, man. I like my game to do my talking. I don't like the shit talk. I mean, I respect the game. I went to Monmouth baseball camp, and the jersey and the shirts they handed out said "respect the game." So I've been playing like that forever. But I mean, again, I'm just ready to play. If you want to draft me, draft me. If not, I mean, hopefully I beat your team. You know. Like,
You love that.
I
Love
paid
that.
you a fair amount of money. You're gonna shit talk during the season before it's up, but
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, like I come in calm, but I mean, once the nerves are all gone, I mean,
it's
we're
easy
ready
to get
play.
riled up here, dude. It's
Yeah.
it means so much, dude. The difference between the difference between a 12-10 record and a 13-9 record can mean choosing your field and getting to the finals. So it's like every single game's important. You know, you're gonna love the league, and dare I say the league need to restructure his contract to get him better Wi-Fi. Where's Brulo? How much you pay for Wi-Fi?
Coming in and out.
Nah, you're good. Joe Joe has very high standards for himself and everyone around him. So he wants your Wi-Fi to be a little bit better. But we think it's dope. We're dope that you're in the league. We're really happy that you fucking just jump right in and come on the pod, dude. And
Drank all the Kool-Aid.
before Pete K. And that I'm sure Pete is going to have a few choice words for me about that because he's been dying to come on for a little while. So we apologize, Pete. We love you. We'll get you on soon. But Rich, dude, we appreciate your time, and we'll see you. We'll see you at the rookie tryout game, and we'll broadcast that game. We're excited to give it a watch.
I'll be there, man.
Dope.
You know what? Hopefully, I'm the first one to show up.
There you go.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks.
Have a
See you,
good night.
Have a good one.
What a lad.
Another lad,
That
dude.
guy. I'm fired up after those 2 interviews.
Wow, what a great who's our interview scheduler? Those were 2 great interviews.
Great job.
And now we have Joe Mamone coming.
Now we have Jomo. Yo, I'm going to grab a fresh ginger ale. Can you entertain the folks while I'm gone?
I'm gonna drink my current ginger ale and queue up our next. So, what is that? They're just giving trophies out, huh? All right, so we're gonna have Jomo on. We're gonna go over the rookie tryouts from yesterday. Martin and Joe were there. I watched all of them in a fugue state in a hospital bed on morphine. So I've got a perspective from someone that only watched tape. There's perspective of people that were actually there. Before that, we're gonna draft Martin and I the teams for the inaugural skirmission held by Frank Ermel and Co. Martin, I put it in the doc. I'll read off the list of people.
Look at this handsome lad.
What's up, fellas?
Jomo.
Sir?
What's
Wow,
going on, boys?
Is that the card cave there, Joe?
Bro, this is just the office where we conduct business, bro.
That's where Marlboro softball's money's going this year. Got it.
This is where it goes. The hot tub is done already, so we're
This is
good there.
mahogany, baby.
Yeah, right. It smells of rich mahogany.
Joe, hopefully you could sit tight with us. There's a scrimmage on Wednesday. Martin and I are going to draft the teams for them really quick.
All right.
We're going to
Fire away.
Martin, you see the group of people. So you want first pick, and then we'll go 2 at a time.
Yeah, that works.
That's
I'll share my screen in a second here so people can see what we're looking at.
That seems a little unfair, but I'll allow it.
What's
How
unfair?
many people we got, Dom? What are we looking at?
We got 11 people. So there's Fauci and Bennington. They're combos. So if you draft one, you get them both. And then Holden and Christie, I guess because they're rookies, Frank did his own scouting and kind of paired them with a likewise talent. So it's going to be 11 on 11. The 2 pitchers are going to be Glenn Marone and Frank LaRocca, everyone's favorite instigator and everyone's favorite judge. So those are the 2 pitchers and the captains of the team. How do we want to do it? You want to just pick?
I take Martino. That's not even close.
Yeah, obviously. My first pick is going to be Leonardi.
Okay.
And then my second pick, I would love for it to be a shortstop, but it seems to me the shortstop available is going to be Ronnie Pacheco. So let me take Ronnie second. I don't see another guy that can maybe play shortstop here as well as Ronnie.
Okay. we're going to take the bestest of friends, Coloraka and Levine.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna take Justo. I'm gonna
You're
take
welcome, Justin.
I'm gonna take one of my bestest of friends. So you can go ahead and take him off the list. And then you could also take my Venezuelan brother off the list as well. And we're going to hit the fucking piss out of the ball.
I love it. I love it. Let's go with Cucumber.
Love it.
And let's get them the judge.
All right, taking the picture. So you could slot me in for Glenn at the 11th. And then why don't you give me Mr. Ramirez? He looked really nice in the tryouts.
Okay.
I would like to see maybe he plays a little short, Ronnie plays second, or vice versa.
Sure.
And then give me I mean, let's see. We got a couple outfielders, 3 infielders. I'm gonna take. Oh fuck! Like I want to take Faz, but what do we do here?
But then you have to take Faz, and that's a nightmare.
Yeah, I need an outfielder too. I'm gonna take everyone's favorite Silverberg with the Christie combo and put them in the outfield.
I like it. I'm going to take a pair of brothers,
Mark and Jeff.
Mark and Jeff.
All right, give me B Faz.
Okay. Sorry to hear.
And let's. Oh man, do I go for the accessories king and Josh Garcia, or do I go with
You also have Fauci.
Big Wally style? And we got my boy fucking Bruce Cotter. Give me Josh Garcia. Give me another outfielder.
I love it.
The little lunatic out there.
I'm going to take Ermel, and then let's rip the Fauci.
The Band-Aid right off.
Yep. Let's do it.
Are
Get
we
him out
missing
there.
with my?
Gent, where is this game happening? Is this a
Oh
Union
no,
Hill?
because the combos are together. So
Yeah.
so Marone is one of my picks here, and give me Wally.
All right.
Done deal.
We have no idea where this game is.
We don't know. It's Wednesday night. All right. So Team Marone is Ronnie at short, Ramirez at second, Faz at third, Taco at first. We got Leonardi in left, Brulo left center, Holden right center, and Mr. Garcia in right. And we got Woody Woodpecker himself on the mound. I love it. All right. These are the teams for Wednesday. Sick.
Let's go. Enjoy, fellas. All right. What's up, Joe? Thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah, of course, guys. I got the Falco by 3 runs in this one.
Wow.
I like the firepower he's bringing.
I got
Mark.
a guy named Cucumber. How do I lose?
Joe, I've been stuck in a world of I need run support. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Hopefully you don't get drafted by Meyer then.
Yeah, Dave Meyer as my leadoff hitter. I got PTSD.
I bet.
What's up, Joe? How's the off season? How's it not
Good.
being important in the league anymore?
Dude, I gotta tell you, it is actually quite nice. It was.
You love
I really do. It was. I don't want to say I love it. It was fun while it lasted, but 9 years was a long time, and yeah, it was time to hang him up. You know, if I couldn't give 110%, it's not fair to you guys. It's not fair to the board and the other 234 guys in the league. So, yeah, I decided to hang him up.
That seems like a responsible thing to do.
They hang him up like they wouldn't be back. Like you won't be back eventually.
You never know. I could maybe be back one day. We'll see what the future holds. You never know.
It's I think he'll be pulled back in eventually.
I'm being pulled back in now, so we'll never know. Maybe one day.
He's like
Joe's
my
just
wife-
got
my
his
wife
fingers
wants-
everywhere.
My wife wants a third baseman. I need to take over the funds again.
Shut up. I got Minacchio texting me. Shut up, Matt.
we
He's tuned in, though.
how is being at tryouts and not having to like worry about anything that's the first thing that's happened so far that you haven't had to stress over, right?
It was great, dude. Honestly, it was enjoyable just hanging out with the fellas, shooting the shit and hanging out and watching the new guys. It's a good crop. It was enjoyable, man, just to hang out. I didn't stay for the whole thing, admittedly. I only stayed for the first 2 sessions, and then I left for the third one. So I maybe don't have as much info on that third crop, but it was fun, man. It was fun just hanging out and seeing the fellas.
Were there any guys in that first session? So the first session we'll go through. We had Chi, we had Antamarco try out. Can't believe they made him try out again.
He doesn't count. But
Yeah. Brad Goldstein's back. That guy, he's part of the Carlin combo. Then we got Adam Greenspan coming back with his son AJ. He's going to be a rookie in the year. The Jacobys, Steve Oren, Anthony Ragu, Jorge Rivera. Any of these guys, Jomo, from the first crop catch your eye?
So actually a couple. So I liked the Sarah a lot. I think if you're a captain and you're looking at your squad, you're like, all right, I can take this guy. I had him kind of in like the third, late 3, early 4. Maybe that's a little bit later than some captains had him pegged. But I'm going off of the info of like the Gregs of the world, Joe Caputo's, Baldino, guys that have played with him in Middletown, from that information. But if I'm a captain and I know I can grab a guy like that, I can stick him in the middle outfield somewhere, probably right center. If I'm in a pinch, I could put him at second base, maybe even short. Probably not, but second base. I liked his
The versatility alone. Like, there's so much value in the versatility of him.
That's what I'm saying. You can tell he's an athlete. He can run. He looks fast. So all those other little items that he has at his disposal. Goldstein. I mean, I know you guys probably don't know him as well as I do, but he was an absolute monster back in the day. And I'm telling you, he was really one of the most feared hitters in the league. It was insane. He used to wreck the right field fence on Union Hill. He was really, really something else. So I don't see him not figuring it out. I think he'll be just fine.
He looked great. Physically, he looked like he's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, he really did. He's a fiery dude as well. He's a great teammate. Someone I'd love to play, alongside. And then the other guy who I had pegged, it's probably my early rookie of the year, maybe from an offensive perspective, but is the Greenspan Jr. His swing was violent. It was ridiculous, electric swing. I think give him like 7-8 games, and that kid's gonna be locked in. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but to break a bat in half, I mean, granted, it was probably compromised to begin with, but I really like what I saw out of his swing. Not sure where he's going to play defensively, maybe like a little second base. I don't know, maybe a corner outfield. But I think offensively, he's going to light it up.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I think from him, the biggest takeaway I have is, first of all, when it came to fielding, he just forgot he had to put his glove down to field the grounder. It was always late. So it's like a simple timing thing, and then his confidence is feeling better and everything. So I think that he's probably a better infielder than he's going to get credit for after his tryout. Offensively, though, for a young kid that doesn't really have softball experience and played baseball, his swing was as nice as you could hope for a young lad just starting to play softball.
That's what I'm saying. And you can see,
it was encouraging how he transitioned.
Yeah, and a couple of guys were like, "Oh, it's a little loopy," and it probably was. I mean, he's catching, not to say I'm any kind of hitting coach, but guys were saying that he's catching the bottom of the ball. It's a little loopy, but once he figures that out, I mean, sky's the limit for a kid like that.
You know who's saying that about his swing being too loopy? Guys worse at hitting than Kid Greenspan.
Fair. And the dad is legit, too. He was another guy like Goldstein back in the day who would absolutely just tear the cover off the ball. And another guy who looked like he still got it. I mean, granted, he's however old he is, 50-something, probably can't move a ton, going to play some first base. But, I once he started to get warmed up, he was really hitting the ball nicely as well. So
he was pounding the ball.
Yeah, I think granted, I'm off the board now, so I have no say in the ratings. But if I was still on the board, I'd probably make him a 6. I think that's a fair rating for him. He can only really play first base. He's not going to give you much else defensively. Can't really run. I mean, I kind of put him in like that Rick Schindelheim, maybe
Andy
area.
Pargament.
So,
yeah, that's
exactly.
I think that's really fair.
Yeah, so I think a 6 is fair to go along with Adam. And then going back to Goldstein and we talk ratings, like, again, if you're going to rate him, because you have Ronnie and Mark, I'm probably looking at Brad as the 4 and then kind of let the pick fall out where it may. So Ronnie.
You taking in an open draft, are you taking Brad Goldstein or Mitch Pollock?
I mean, right now?
From what you saw from Brad yesterday to what you know of Mitch Pollock.
I'm probably still taking Mitch just because of the known commodity, but it's not too far off, admittedly.
Can Brad play a center outfield?
I don't know about anymore. I would probably peg him in left field. I mean, can Mitch really play left center anymore? I mean, that's to be, I don't know if he could really still do it. But yeah, I mean, I think they're a half a round different, right? So Mitch is probably a 3.5. Brad's a 4. So I think that's fair.
So how does that work with like Ronnie being a 3? I mean, Ronnie's
he's not a 3 necessarily. Yeah,
correct. Ronnie is likely going to be drafted in the 3rd round. So
right.
like, would they, if Brad ends up, what if they say Brad's a 3? Right?
They could do that. They couldn't do that because then remember Brad is stuck at the 4, so they would have to take. So you're saying they want to take Brad? They could take Brad at the 3. They would take Ronnie at 3.
And then it'd just be a 3-4 at that point.
Correct. Or the reverse of it. If 3 picks are complicated, right? So whatever they make, let's say they make Mark a 7 or an 8 or whatever it is, and teams are stuck, you could end up in a scenario where, Brad's the 4, but then Ronnie becomes the 5 because nothing else. That would be insane if that happens, but there's always possibilities with those 3 picks.
I mean, no shot, I don't think, in this league. I think the value of Brad being a 4 comes into play because then Ronnie as an early 3 becomes very attractive because you get Mark as a late 8 and Brad as a late 4. Or same thing with the late 2, it becomes very attractive. Once you get to late 3, it becomes less attractive. But I don't think in this draft, the way the pitchers are situated, Ronnie was living anywhere past like pick 11 in the 3rd round, pick 12. So does that make Ronnie 4 or 5 picks better?
Could. Very well could.
Yeah.
4.
If I was drafting a team and I took myself like top 8, I'm absolutely looking at Ronnie, Brad, and Mark.
It's a great pick.
In that 3, 4, 8.
Your left fielder, your pitcher, and your potentially 2nd or 3rd base.
And guys that you can rely on are going to show up and win games because all of those guys are certified winners.
Yeah, no doubt. By the way, who was the guy that tried out? And maybe my listing is incorrect here, but he was the 2nd baseman guy. He had the jersey on.
Jorge Rivera.
Yeah, I like that guy as well. I mean, maybe not a top, 5 type round guy, but he was a dude that was just nice and easy, line drive after line drive up the middle. And then as the session went on, you could see he got a little bit more comfortable at 2nd base. So he's the guy that I could see. I was comparing him to like a Juan Gallardo, where after a couple of games he can fill in nicely to a team and maybe a nice leadoff hitter. So he was another guy that kind of stood out to me.
Ooh, I had a Juan Gallardo comp as well.
He was. I think I also had that. I think it was pretty easy. He was trying to cut the ball a little bit, and I think once he realized that he can't with the clincher, that he kind of just started hitting. He started hitting a little bit better. I mean, like his application said like he played like Army softball and a bunch of different hard yellow ball leagues. So I think he's just going to be one of those veteran type guys, show up, hitting easy, like near 500 with all singles, and then play a Richie Allen style 2nd base. Just no mistakes, no flashy plays, just doing a job.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I wrote? What I wrote about Brad Goldstein while high on morphine last night? I wrote, he's for sure a 4. He looks like he's got a dick like a sequoia and fucks like a bullet train. Reminds me of Jay-Z.
Like it.
You just made his day.
Essentially what he said.
I like it.
Right, is Jay-Z a 4? A very good hitting 4.
In this draft, he most certainly is.
Yep.
You
mean Jim Greaseman isn't Mexican? This side chat between David and Becker is making me laugh so hard.
Who
do you think Joe?
Where'd he just go?
Sorry, did I fuck up there?
No, you're good.
What'd you say, Dom?
You're fine now. My question was going to be, who do you think becomes the who do you think is going to be the most overdrafted player that tried out yesterday?
Good question.
That is a good question. Hang on, let me take a look. Probably not the I don't think it's any of the combos. I'm a little worried. Maybe it's not overdrafted. Maybe it's overrated. I will say that because some of these new players are going to be rated. Okay. Like take for example the Lucas Priest Millhaven combo, right? So So Lucas looks phenomenal, by the way. I mean, that entire family, they're so baseball savvy, so it's no surprise that Lucas looks locked in and ready to go from both an offensive and defensive perspective. But I'm a little weary of Millhaven, and not to knock him down, but in talking to some important people in the league, I'll say, um, I've heard numbers of like 5, 6 on his rating, and I'm like, okay, you have a big first baseman, hit a couple of nice shots. But like, if I'm sitting there in the 8th round in an open draft, and I can get a guy like Chip Costa, or I can get a guy like Gary Semchek or something like that, I'm like, give me that all
You were
day
so
long.
spot on with that.
Versus something like this, where it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, big target, big dude, but I'm like, be a little weary there with that rating. I'm leaning more towards like an 8, 9. Rookie, young guy, first year. Let's see what he's got.
I could not agree more with the Chip Costa, and I was on that yesterday. I think we talked about it during his
Yeah.
tryout. I mean, this guy Millhaven, for those that don't know, he is 7'5",
Yeah, huge guy.
absolute fucking shithouse. Just
Yeah.
looks like he mashes the ball, and he can. He definitely can.
No
The
doubt.
position is what hurts. He's a
I
first
put-
baseman.
This is Millhaven, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a unit, dude. He's massive.
Yeah,
And when he gets a hold of a ball, he's gonna crush it.
I put 7'8", would have a beer with him, but would never fight him. So he is the sexy country antithesis of Wags' sexy Wall Street swag. He reminds me of Wags a lot, and Wags is
Fair.
with 7'8". That's who I comped him with, where it's like you're not sure where you're going to put him defensively, but he can have a day where he's 4 for 4 and the most important hitter on your team, and can have a day where he's 0 for 4, and it's just what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of absolute,
are you taking
units, get Marty?
real quick on with
Yeah.
Millhaven? Like you're taking Papa Greenspan over him straight up. Like no Adam a part of
Of
this.
course.
Yeah.
of
I
course.
thought so. I have Papa Greenspan. I thought his bat reminded me of Chip's bat more than Millhaven. Defensively, I think he can maybe do a little bit more than Chip. But also, like I think Chip's a good comp, and I think Chip is not going to go in the 8th this year. I think we've lost a full round of people.
I agree, Dom.
I think before Chip, so I think a 7 for Adam is right in line with Chip, and I would say Millhaven is a little bit. It's like depends. Like if you make Millhaven an 8, that means Priest goes what, late 3 maybe, early 4 or something like that.
Yeah, 4. I'm saying I think he'll
If you
go.
make him a 7, he might go late 4, early 5 instead. Like that's that. I think that later rating on Millhaven is going to buttress whatever round Lucas gets drafted in.
Of course.
My whole thing with Lucas is I don't know him, and I wasn't there at the tryout. I was just watching tape. I never have prior tape of his, but to me, I think he looked smooth. He looked very smooth to me. I would not play him at shortstop. I would probably play him at second or third base. I think he would be a sick third baseman, even though I think this kid Lewicki, who tried out at third base, was a freakazoid.
I liked him too.
And I would say that this kid, I would say that Lucas to me is a guy where I would be worried that you want him to do too much defensively, which might detract from his offensive game. Where it's like, I think you put these two guys at the corner, and hopefully Millhaven finds his kind of his swing, and now you got a guy at first and a guy at third where they can defend the position, and they're going to be nice bats in your lineup somewhere between hitters 2 and 6, and that's good value, I think.
I need one thing out of Millhaven. I need him on a team with Mike Villani, and I need Mike Villani at second, and I need Millhaven at first, and I need them hitting like 5, 6 in the order.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be electric.
Even with Priest back in the day, because I'm not sure if you guys know, but Lucas did play back in the day, and I think even when he did play, he was the second baseman. And honestly, looking at this entire crop, to me, he's probably the most polished player in this entire new crop. I really got to say that.
And he was down a bunch of weight too, Joe. Right? I remember he used to be a little bit bigger.
He most certainly was.
I think what you saw out of him is what you're going to get.
Yes.
That is also could be. I don't know if you listened to any of the interviews before you jumped on, but like we were talking about Gagley or Greenspan. Like I don't think you're going to get the best of them until a couple weeks into the season at least.
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas I think Lucas, what you're going to get and what you saw are very, very identical. So it's like, do you find that comforting as a captain, right? Do you find that a little less sexy if you're a captain? I guess it depends the type of captain you are. Like Glenn Marone probably does not find that sexy. I would
Right.
imagine that Glenn would find it sexier to have a project that can improve, where he can feel like I kind of
Like Schwarber the Explorer.
Shore the Explorer. Right. Yes. He was another one that looked like he has way more skills than he exhibited yesterday. Because I was not impressed with,
With Schwar,
yeah.
it's funny, Dom. I'm actually like I'm the opposite there. I got to tell you, I think I look at Schwar and I see a young Pat Brock. If I'm being honest with you, I see this guy that can.
If I was Pat Brock, I would light your house on fire. That brand new thing you done. Yeah, if I was Justin Brock, I'd come take a shit in your mailbox right now. Pat Brock's the fucking
Let me go.
in this league, Joe.
Let him
I'm
cook. Let him
just saying,
cook.
the look. He's got the long hair like Pat used to rock back in the day. He's got those long strides. He's
Let's see.
tall and lengthy. So from a physical perspective, he reminds me of Pat. But no, honestly, I think this kid's gonna be able to go get into the outfield. I trust him in the middle outfield, maybe left center, but for sure right center, and put him on my team. I mean, well, let me ask you this, Don. What round do you have him in?
I literally wrote, Schroeder, man, what a patch of lettuce. He should definitely be playing hockey. I comp him
Hockey.
I comp him to Justin Colorado. I think he's a fourth round draft pick. You could put him in the center of the outfield. You'll be really happy. He's going to hit the ball hard at the pitchers, and not all pitchers can defend that. But you are going to get a guy that's going to probably hit high 300s to mid 400s and play a great defense and be a lot of speed. I don't know if he's like the game changer you want to try to get end of two, early three. Like,
So at least we agree there. I have 4 as well. So I do
okay.
agree from a rating perspective. The other thing is that scared me a little bit is I was talking to Vignap, and Marty, you probably know this already, but I
There's
heard
David.
this guy's going to come from Connecticut or something, or from a
Yes.
pretty considerable distance. So listen, you're in your 20s, you want to go out to the bars and hang out and chill. So maybe that Sunday morning drive doesn't look as attractive,
Yes.
for a 22 game season. So that would scare me just a little bit.
Has Pat Pingaro cornered this guy in a porta potty somewhere to explain to him how fucking important it is for him to get to all 20 games?
Listen. I mean, doesn't Vignap travel as well?
Well, it's different though because Vignapiano has ties to Marlboro. He has family in Marlboro. His parents live locally. I don't know if they're specifically in Marlboro, but like when he comes down Saturday. He has dinner
Sure.
with his family, and then he goes to bed and wakes up.
Last year.
This guy Schwarber he doesn't have that commitment, right? This is just a random softball league to him
Yeah.
that his buddy David plays in. I think it's the Connecticut thing is the biggest issue because he born and raised in Sanford, still lives up there. So like
Yeah.
Okay.
that's far his family's there. There has to be a real honest and open conversation with him about like what the dedication looks like and if he's gonna miss 3 games over the first couple weeks because like think about that Steve Bohm thing from a few years ago. Like that sucks. That's a killer.
Yep.
That's a league ruining type move.
Slow
Full
No
Four
doubt. It's not like
players
he's
on
a
that
10 or 11, right? He's a very, very important pick. for the
Correct, with
team.
a lot of potential. Like
Yep.
yeah, it's
Let me ask you this: do you take Jared Kuchevsky or Henry?
Oh, I think this dude Henry's unbelievable, by the way. I think he's going to be really good very soon.
Answer the question.
I would
know,
much
Dom,
rather have
I'm
him.
giving you
I'm
a little-
taking him over Justin Colorado. I'm taking him over Schwarber. Over whoever you just said.
Are you taking him over?
Kuchevsky.
So I'm taking Kashevsky over him, but it is close. I think that Kashevsky can play left center right now because I mean I played next to him, last year, so I got to see what he could do every Sunday. So I have Jared pegged as a left center fielder now. He's extremely dynamic in the outfield. I think the offense can pick up a little bit, but he's this guy Henry though isn't too far off, Dom.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this, Dom?
So we're talking
Short-
about the early 4.
Great.
Before we were talking about how did we miss on David Vignapiano? First of all, me and Ben didn't miss. We were on it.
Right.
This is how you're missing on David Vignapiano by saying this guy's a 4. I'm just letting you know that right now.
No.
And we can revisit this conversation in exactly 1 year.
The difference.
And I will accept your apology.
The difference between David and Henry is that as a pitcher, Sure, if Henry's on base, I'm going to be aware of his speed. But a guy like David, I know how many batters until he gets to the fucking box. That is, when I say we missed on David a little bit, it's there's no other guy. There was Dennis and David where you had to, as a rookie, that you had to account for, even when you're like, fuck, Marty is having an MVP season, and right behind him is a guy that I want to pitch to almost as little as I want to pitch to the guy in the box right now. And that guy in the box is the fucking MVP. So the difference in this league, when you could play an A plus defense, the value of that is
I see that,
incredible,
Marty.
right? The value of that's incredible. But when you could play an A plus position like David does at third and also have an A plus bat, you're talking about 15, 16 guys in the league you could say that about. And so it's like, yeah, we could say if you want to call, like David is going to go late one this year, maybe
Oh
early
yeah,
two, depending on,
I
you
don't think
know,
he makes it out of the first round,
we
guys. If I'm
could
being honest
quibble
with you.
between 16 and 22. David's going there. Henry, I don't think is going to come into the league and then we're going to say this kid's going to be a one next year. I think, if you're telling me he should go late two instead of late three, is that a big miss? I don't really. It's not the same miss as mid three and late one, because the difference between a guy in the league, there's only fucking 20 of them, bro. You're one of them, sure, and you're friends with 14 of the other fucking 15 of them, so maybe it's a little bit more mundane for you, but like that guy like David is not, he's not coming into the league this year. We don't have a guy like that. We don't have a guy like Dennis coming into the league this year. I don't think even Greenspan, even if we see the best of him and Gaglio, we're not talking about them hitting 660 and change
Do you,
with all these home runs and RBIs. We're not talking about A plus offense, A plus defense. We're
do you
talking,
have Gaglio in that first like couple rounds?
yeah, I mean, he looked really rusty.
Did you listen to the interview he was on before by any
I,
chance,
I,
Joe?
I was putting the kids to sleep, Marty, so I didn't have a chance to. But
You're gonna
he got
love it.
He's the
he was.
man.
Oh, dude. I mean, like I was telling you guys. I mean, again, I didn't listen, but in playing against him back in the day against Becker's team and Manalapan, we had our Jersey Blitzkrieg team with Brox and Conti and everything. That guy, literally,
Was
I
a
feared
presence.
him more than anyone. He would get up, and the second that he would make contact, he would be standing on second base. He was the fastest guy out of the box I've ever seen in my life. Absolute blur. So to your point, I think he was a little rusty, but I don't know. I'm still the verdict still to be seen with him. I think he'll go two with the shortest of shortstops, but we'll see if he can live up to that second round selection where I think he'll go. Who's your comp on him, Dom? Out of curiosity,
Yucko.
Yucko for Gaglio?
Yeah. I would say a little bit more of a defensive leaning Yucko. I think when the time comes that he gets used to hitting this ball, I think he's going to be slapping line drives line to line. And I think he's going to be like his attitude's going to be great and he's going to command the field, but from a defensive position, like I don't think he's going to be a top I don't think he's going to be a top 12 shortstop if he's playing shortstop. And if he's playing in the outfield, there's too many good guys. Like he's never going to be a top half at his position, I don't think. But man, I think he's going to be a pain in the ass. He's going to be he's going to hit the shit out of the ball. I really do think that once he learns this white ball, the clincher, he's
Yeah.
going to be slapping line drives everywhere. Yucko's a tough comp because you know you could defense. He's probably better offense than he is defense, and I think Gaglio maybe a little bit more defensively rounded and a little less offensively rounded. But I'm looking at like from a round position. Am I taking him late two? Taking him late three, early three? That's all on preference of the captains around. Because
Yeah.
like if you took like Mark replaced the one, and granted it was an Ed, it was a pitcher, but like Mark is going to be somewhere between the last two to the middle three. And I think Gaglio's falling somewhere right around. I think when you look at Gaglio, you're like, do I need a shortstop or do I have a shortstop and I need a consistent, like a consistent heavy bat?
You taking Gaglio or Foster?
Taking Gaglio. just because I think with Gaglio, the sum is greater than his parts.
You taking
So
Gaglio or you taking Baldino?
I'm taking Baldino.
I'm taking.
I'm taking Baldino because
Baldino's
I
glove is excellent, but his
I
bat is
know right now he's probably the fourth or fifth best shortstop. Write it in right now. And can he hit better than 345? I'd like to imagine he can get to the low 400s.
yeah.
Because it's like, would you rather have a top five shortstop that hits 440, or would you rather have a top 16 shortstop that hits 500? I'd rather have the top five shortstop that's in 50, 60 points less.
Right.
Um, and I think that's why when like last year, I wouldn't have said that because I didn't know if like Baldino was a rookie this year too. I would say Gaglio, but
Mhm.
having seen it for a whole year now, I would trust in that. I know you're getting an A plus out of Baldino. You might get with Gaglio, you might get two A's. You might get an A and a B. You might get two B plus. I know with Chris, you're getting A plus and B minus, and I hope that can get to a B, and I'll be happy with it. But it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like if I have Pastor or someone, do I want to just give me the best shortstop that's available there, or maybe you know, do I have a motto and we're just like, fuck it, we're going to mash. And one of these guys is going to play the outfield, one of these is going to play. It's going to be kind of, or Villani, like he's going to play incredible defense back there, put Gaglio at shortstop. Maybe he's the better hitter than Baldino. I lean a little bit that way because Villani. I wish Villani would just hit the ball on the ground. He would hit 700, but he likes to hit the ball in the air, so he hits
It's fun.
400.
It's
So
fun.
it looks fun. Trust me, I don't know how to do it, but I watch you guys do it. It looks like it's fun. But it's like, what's the philosophy? It's like, all right, I got Nick Villani in left center. He's catching everything, but maybe he's going to hit lead off and not as much as I want. So instead of taking Baldino, where I got two fucking guys that are a liability, give me Gaglio. I think he's going to hit a little better, and I can kind of afford him to be a little bit worse. So that's really the toss up of I think
I
I'm going to
like
get.
throwing Gaglio on my leadoff spot too. I think that would be the
Get on
perfect
first.
spot for him. Yeah.
Just get on first base. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe, how do you go about rating someone like Aaron Williams? Like he was on like Mark Z vibes, just an absolute hoss that hits the ball so hard
The
sometimes.
fucking hacks he was taking were
He was
that guy's
grunting like he was tackling
Monica
somebody.
Seles. That guy's an absolute unit. I'm guaranteeing he hits at least two out of Union Hill this year, probably by accident, but the two will go out, and they're going to go very, very far. Um, the thing is, though, again, like we're talking about other guys, where do you put him defensively? I mean, he throws like me, which is not a good thing. So you can't really probably put him at third.
That's
But
not a compliment.
no, but are you putting him at first? I don't know, but again, like he was swinging and missing sometime, or he was like hitting, foul
Like foul
tips. But
tips.
I don't know. But like I'm probably gonna grab him in the ninth or the 10th and be like, bro, you're gonna figure this out, and all I want you to do is hit balls as hard as you can to people. So
And then
I
run.
don't know. And grunt. He's a tricky one.
Joe,
Yeah.
I might be a little biased, but it's not as easy to swing and miss as it looks.
Yeah, I literally thought he was like when I was watching him hit, I was like, this guy is Marksy. Like if he was a replacement option last year, that would have been the easiest replacement the league's ever made.
For sure. Yeah, I want him on my team. I can say that much. Just the round is to be determined. We'll see where he goes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, and then the third crop of guys. I know, Joe, you said you had to leave before that, but the big splash in this one, I think, was Ryan Cumber. He kind of put on a clinic, not necessarily just his fielding and his hitting. I think more just like his personality and his vibe, and he was very personable to people. Like he was kind of the whole package, the whole Marlboro softball package.
So admittedly not being there, and this, I think this kind of goes without saying, and Dom, maybe you can agree because you weren't there, but I feel like when you are not at these tryouts in person, you have such a different take on some of these guys. Like, to your point, Marty, like you're saying, oh, he was probably one of the better guys there. I actually have him more as like a 6, and maybe that's just, again, the result of me not being there and watching the video. Like, I have him as maybe more of an outfielder than infielder. Again, I could be wrong there. And then when I saw the bat, I'm like, okay, some decent line drives, not terrible. But I maybe don't have him as early as maybe some other guys do.
Some
Yeah,
guys have him anywhere between late 2 to early 4.
yeah. Like
Wow.
there was a lot of buzz about him.
Can I tell you
Just the
what I
whole
wrote
thing.
about it?
Please.
I said he reminds me of the girl in high school that would be so fuckable if her dad let her get that nose job. That's honestly what, I think he's a 6. I would not take him earlier than 5, personally. I just don't. This is what we were talking about earlier. I think inside a petri dish is the best heel play. But he played with us in the fall in that tournament, and he went in the 8th round, 9th round, and that team didn't
Mhm.
even win. So you're telling me this guy's a fucking 2 or 3, but getting drafted behind 8 guys
That's
and
what I don't never understood, Dom. It's like you're saying that this guy's like a 3 or a 4. Like, do I want this guy or do I want Taco in the 4th, or do I want this guy or do I want Evan Abramson in the
give me
5th?
Brian
Like,
Frank, give me
give me. I can
Taco,
keep going on and on and on. Like, give
yeah,
me Colorado. Give me this guy.
give me
Like,
Like
Contessa.
Edwin
right.
Valentine, like is I feel like a fair
Exactly.
comparable
Like,
Yeah,
player.
that's like a 7, right?
even from a defensive perspective, give me Richie Allen. Like, I know he can't, like, he's not really a good hitter, but I know what Richie gives me at second base. Like, there's just so many other guys where I'm like, I'd rather have those guys to this guy. Again, I wasn't there, so maybe it's just result of the video. But I can't say 3 or 4. No way.
Yeah, I was
I
hearing a lot of him and Chi were probably the two that came out of this tryout with the most.
Buzz.
Yes, a lot
Yeah.
of
Lucas Priest, low key.
correct, but people know Lucas, so they're not like, look at this brand new toy. It's
Right.
more like this toy came back from the store or
What
from
do you
the
think?
from
What
the
do you
closet.
think,
Like,
Joe, about Jeff Martinez? Talk to me about him.
It's another one of those things that father time catches up to you a little bit, right? I mean, he was a guy when he was in the league, him and his brother, they were excellent. They were 1s and 2s, and they were doing dynamic things on the field. Again, I wasn't there, but from what I heard and what I gathered, like, you know, maybe it's just some rust, or maybe the talent has fallen off a little bit. And listen, that happens to all of us. It's happened to me. But now I'm hearing like 4 or 5 vibes from a guy that was, drafted in the 1st or 2nd round back in the day.
what years do you think he played?
He's got to go back a long time,
Yeah.
dude. Maybe like, I
What-
mean,
What did I hear about like a no-show in a finals, him and his brother? Is that real?
I did hear. I don't know if it was both of them, but it for sure was one of them. It was in the finals as well. Yes.
Is that not
And I-
like unforgivable from people?
You gotta
Like
ask
if I was
Goldfarb.
drafting a team and I know that, like that scares the
We
shit
gotta
out of
get
me.
confirmation though if it was Jeff or his brother. I don't know if it was both or one of them, but it definitely for sure was one of them.
So do you disagree with the 4-5 notion, or were you saying?
No, I think I agree with it, Dom. I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, I think you can grab him in the 4th or 5th and hope that he gets a little reminder of how good he was back in the day, and maybe he ends up being like a late 2, early 3.
He spurts, and I put 4-5. I said he's whiter than Darren Harper, yet somehow still blacker.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, I think I would say 4 based on pedigree, 5 based on what I saw.
Yeah,
It's like if
You
you're
taking him or Matt Grenice?
I'm taking him.
I'm taking him as well. I'm
And I
taking
think-
Martinez.
I fucking my problem with Grenice is that I've been calling him the wrong name for so long that I don't know if I can say anything nice about him now. It's I can't.
I question myself when I call him Matt. I'm like 60%
I
confident.
called him we played in the fall together. We won. I think Matt is an intangible. Like, he's a leader. He knows what's going on. If you put him in the right scenario with the right group of guys, he will flourish. But I think that's so dependent. He's not a captain, so he's so dependent on getting drafted into the right situation, more than I think Martinez would be. Which is why I would say blindly, I don't know who's on my team. I don't know what's going on. Give me Martinez.
Yeah.
The last guy that impressed me in the tryout, the third wave, was that Lewicki guy. I know you mentioned him before, Joe. He hit the ball hard. He kind of
Yeah.
cut it a little bit. I think he had a little bit of a yellow ball cut, but I talked to him for a little bit. He's probably the only rookie I actually talked to. Seemed like a cool guy. He's an award-winning listener for those Part of My Take fans out there. And he just wants to win. That's it. He just wants to win ball games. That's what he told me.
Yeah,
What
he was.
round do you have in?
I had him as a 6.
Fair.
I have like a Ballo comparison there.
I like
think a guy
that.
like a Ballo hits the ball hard. You know, he can nuke every now and then. Can give you a little third base versatility. This Lewicki guy looked like he can handle the position no problem. Seemed to make
Little
every
clamp
play.
action.
Yeah, I mean throws were a little off, but that's fine. You can tweak that, no problem.
Yeah.
And also, I think he'll know that he'll learn quickly. He does not have to rifle the ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
In this league.
Yeah, and I think he seemed like a cerebral enough person to. I asked him, I was like, "Why didn't you try out in the outfield?" And he gave me like a legitimate answer. He's like, "I know I'm an infielder." And I was like, "Respect." All right,
Body,
respect.
baby.
So I think his 6 is cool. Ballow's a good one. I was thinking Clamfer. I think that range is reasonable.
He's gonna hit the ball hard. He doesn't even know where it's going, so you can't know where it's going, and it's gonna be fucking hit as like hard as fuck. So I think like that's another one. 6, 7, like it's tough because so many captains and players are slotted in that 5, 6 round. So is this a guy that maybe trickles to the 7th round? Now you got to steal.
Some of these rookies are going to. It's just inevitable. It happens every year, so someone's going to get some kind of value later on. It just, it always happens. Look, even like a guy like Pat Thomas, like I think since he comes in with Padoyle, they'll have to figure out the rating there. But he looked great. He caught everything hit at him. He was hitting the shit out of the ball. Like, looked fantastic.
He played like a 5.
Dude, if he came out and this was his first tryout, he'd be like a 5-6.
Yeah, like no doubt. He was fantastic.
He has an 8.
Can I ask you a question, Joe, about rating players?
Yeah.
Does it ever cross your mind like we have? I'm making up numbers. 6 captains that are ranked 7s, and we have 6 players that are ranked 7. Let's maybe not have 12 of the 18 picks be slotted in the 7th round. Is that ever a part of the conversation?
It is. It's funny. Byko brought that up to me earlier today. Him and I were chatting, and he's like, "We have 1,000,000 6s." He's like, "Can we make one of those guys a 7?" It's a fair discussion. It is discussed. I will say that, Marty. It is like taken into consideration, but I don't think they're going to be bumping like 3 or 4 guys out of that round simply because there's too many guys in that round.
See, for me, dude, for Pat Thomas, what did I write? I wrote he looks sexy. Would he be even sexier if he can grow a mustache? But I think he's like Chris Curdy to me. He can get a hold of every ball in batting practice, and then come game time when a guy is trying to get him out, I don't know if he'll be able to hit as well.
Yeah.
But he can play a corner outfield really well. Like, is he a poor man's Larry Rubin? Is he going to hit 460 and play a corner outfield lockdown? I don't see it. So I think if you're taking him, because obviously Padola will be the rated player and Pat will be the drafted one.
Right.
And on that vein, like, which fucking Jacoby is the rated Jacoby?
Oh, Dylan is going to get drafted.
Correct. Yeah,
he was crushing the ball.
I think you got to make. Again, I'm not no longer in any kind of decision making mode, but to me, I think you got to make Justin the 11. I think if you make him a 10, I get he could still do a little bit with the glove, but if you make him the 10. Think about that bottom of that lineup. You have him, his son. You still have an 11 or a 12. Like it just gets super long. So I think in fairness, you make Justin the 11 and let the pick kind of fall out where it may. So they go 10, 11.
Most of these 10s are better than Justin Jacoby. Yeah.
Yeah, and they go 10, 11 or 11, 12.
I thought
Dylan was better than that.
9 or a 10.
Yeah, so let him just get. You know what I mean? Then he'll be obviously the drafted player, so that'll just kind of work itself out.
I kind of likened him to. I think this player was better as a rookie, but same trajectory. Dylan Jacoby, Brett Easton. Little quirky swing, young, fast, skinny guy. He's gonna rip the ball.
A lot more pop, though.
I think to me,
Dylan was hitting the ball pretty hard.
Dylan looked like an unstable piece of human scaffolding out there. I don't think I would play him in fair territory. Honestly, I honestly don't think I would play him in fair territory. He looked to me like Jake Heitzner with a little less coordination. And if Jake's a 9 to me, then Dylan would be a 10. Like 10-11 combo for them is still good. I'm not saying
Exactly. I agree. That is solid. I think that's where they should go.
And if you have your 10-11 open, great. And between you have Nacho, Mike Amato, you have also Dennis O'Connor's dad. Like you have guys that are going to be blocking that combination too. So it's like it's it's kind of pick your poison because I think with Jacoby comes whatever benefits you get from drafting a guy that's on the board and has a little bit of sway. Like we know that counts for something too, but I still think his son is a little better than him. But I think if you rate Justin 11 and Dylan drops to 11, then you have them 11, 12, then you did a great job.
Exactly. That's just the way of the draft. That just happens.
Right. You should be rewarded for doing a great job, especially back there when things get hairy. Yep. And that's the same thing with like the Kraus combo to me. It's like when you get down to taking Jordan Brent when he's like the best guy there, 7, 8. If you don't have the other room available for Justin and for Russ, then you can't take them.
Correct.
But if you do have that room, then you should be rewarded for having that room. And so it's like, because you look at Meyer had them 2 years ago or whatever when he won it all 3 years ago. That's a reward for having them.
Yep. That's why you have a lot of those savvy captains where they'll know they're in a position where, like, you know what? I can even just wait and then grab them in the next round, and I'll push everyone down.
Yep.
Because they have the room.
Yeah, when you're kind of sandwiching that 1 to 3 or that 16 to 18 pick, you can kind of do that kind of funky stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's like I wouldn't say I was very disappointed with anyone in particular. I just think from when you look at the names that we lost, right? And these are we lost household names. I could rattle off 14 household names.
Do it.
Go on and on.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it? You want me to do it?
Do it, baby. 14.
We lost Chase. We lost Goldrosen. We lost Harper. We lost Corey Rosenthal. We lost. Hold on.
Hang on, I got some too.
I can do this.
Go for it, Joe.
I got to think. Hold on.
We lost also Aponte, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another one. We lost. Hold on.
He's looking it up.
Hold on.
I'm not looking.
Hold on. We lost Gamolka, right?
Mm-hmm.
We lost Gamolka. We lost.
I'll throw you one. Clamfer is a household name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not really what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying, but it's a household name. I won't get points. You're at 7, halfway there, big dog.
All right. Fuck. I might have over exaggerated. People.
A little bit, but I know what you mean.
But we still lost. All right, hold on. No.
Now he's pissed. Santiago's, that's 2.
Mm.
We lost Doc. We lost both Santiago's, correct?
Yep.
Right, so that's 9. We lost. That's kind of where I'm losing steam here. We lost Carl, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Mike Carl, that's a top 4 pick. We lost Kenny Kutchma. How much you want to count that?
Nope.
He was that last year.
His name is not household.
He was that last year. Joe has no love for that. But how many is that? 9?
Yeah, I think that's 14.
You were close.
Congrats.
I always get a little hyperbolic. I mean, we lost Eddie Faucic, whatever the old Eddie Faucic was. He's gone.
I got a random question for you. I just thought of looking at the draft board. I haven't thought this through, so let's think this through together. Is AJ or Adam the rookie, the young kid?
It's AJ. Sorry,
AJ.
Adam is the older. Yes.
Got you. Is AJ Greenspan's floor this year Jason Feingold from last year? Or is he confirmed better?
No, Jason Feingold was an excellent outfielder, but really struggled with the bat. I think he'll be better this year offensively, but no, I think that AJ's floor is maybe like a Colorado, or give me someone maybe even slightly better with the bat. But I think his ceiling is super high, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Jay Park?
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, that's solid.
Joe
but I think
Girard, but
it's
then he could also be like, what do you think his ceiling is?
that's what I'm saying. His ceiling is up there, dude. Like
Like,
I
is it Billy
see.
Allen?
Yeah,
Another guy you lost?
that's a nice one. That's a very very good a good
There's a
ceiling.
man.
Because Billy was the guy where he would go gap to gap, and then every now and then he'd lose one, and he wasn't even trying. And I think that's going to be the same thing with this kid.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of pressure and weight on these guys to replace. I mean, the guys that we just named, what, 11 guys in the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds. That's
Yeah.
like almost a full round of people in the
Oh,
top.
dude. I mean, when you mock, like the whole draft is completely different. Like you have guys like Becker, I think is going to go 2. DiNapoli is going to probably go 2. All those Fred, Greg, all those pitchers are probably going to go 2. You have a guy like Saylor who could probably go 2. You can go on and on with guys that weren't in the second round that
If
now
Pat
are going to be
Guerrero had
twos.
2 first-round picks, Fred and Ed would both go on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Joe, how often are you mock drafting these days? In your retirement?
not as much. I've done one so far, one mock draft. At this point last year, I probably did like 30. I only did one. I did one with Byko. I'll throw that out there, and that was it. I went 5 rounds with them too. That was it.
Some point
So
you start guessing.
it wasn't a lot, but still though, as you start to go through it, you're looking and you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like I was telling a few guys, like the delta between the first 5 picks and the bottom 5 picks is fucking night and day. Like you're looking at DeMarco or Passler versus like Dunleavy or I don't know, like Caputo, right? Like Vince Caputo. And it's just those guys up front are so much better than those guys in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Like personally, Marty, I think you personally, I think you're in a great spot. I think you should go earlier, but I think you'll go like that 6 to 8 range. But coming off the season that you had, I think you should go earlier. I think you should go like 3, 4, but we'll see.
I'm a shortstop now also, so that might affect things.
I thought you were a pitcher only.
Nah, I have to be a little bit realistic.
So
I'm a shortstop now.
all right. So I mean, we need them. So I don't know. It's gonna be very very interesting this year to see where captains go, what they do. I actually think that there's not going to be as many trades this year, but we'll see if I'm wrong there.
Anything else? Any other rookies? I think we covered most of the.
Yeah, we covered
good
most
job.
of the crop.
Yeah. Anything else, Joe? Anything
No.
else, Dom?
I'm looking forward to the draft. I'll be back in the room, boys. I mean, I'm going to be going live from the draft room again, so that'll be fun. I'm just going to sit in the corner. I'm not involved in any kind of negotiations.
How could you collude, Joe, if you're not in the room? What do you mean?
I'm just going to hang out and shoot the shit with you guys, being live and broadcasting.
Love that. Valuable role. Valuable role.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
I thought AD looked great at shortstop. I don't know. We didn't talk about that at all. I can't. In this year where we're kind of low on shortstops, I think AD is be a phenomenal choice there.
What are the odds that 2 of the 3, me, Matt Hill, and DeMarco, are playing shortstop?
2. I say you, not you, Marty. You're too good of an
What
outfielder.
I'm saying, what are the odds 2 of those 3 people are? I'm playing shortstop this year, so I'm 100%.
Actually, see, if I'm a captain, I'm taking DeMarco with the intention of putting him in left center. I'm not drafting him with the intention of putting him at short, but I am saying I have that flexibility now where if I'm drafting and let's say I'm in the 3rd round and like Pat Brock or Perigine or maybe even myself is there in the 4th round, I could go that way and slide AD to short, but I'm not drafting him with the intention of putting him short.
Pat, Joe, when you realize that the second you're taking AD probably in the first 8 picks, right? Because you got captain slotted in there, whatever. First 8 picks, AD is going. When you realize that your best options, 2nd and 3rd round, are pitcher, outfielder, you're going to field it. And then when you realize that your best option in the 4th round to play shortstop is someone like Jake Woloshin, who's going to hit low 300s, would you rather just slide AD back in there and take a right center fielder that can hit 400 and change? I think I agree with you, Joe. I would say the same thing about Marty. It just depends where Ben Kessler's picking, because if he's picking in the top 5, then Marty is in the same boat that AD is in.
I'm on Ben's do not draft list.
Yeah.
Or Ben's on my do not draft me list because he told me that the burnt peanut is an unacceptable person to like, so I'm out for playing Ben
Marty,
Kessler.
is there a serious consideration with you playing short?
I'm going to try my best to make it happen. I want to play short. I
would
really
say
want to play
no,
short.
Joe, because it's already been considered by Martin, and he's decided he's playing shortstop. So strong consideration is not the right word. But it's like, tell me this, Joe. How many right center fielders in our league right now could play left center?
I mean, a few.
15 of the 18.
I would say probably about 12 to 13, I would say.
And how many second basemen could play shortstop in this
maybe
league?
one, maybe not even one.
So it's like, at a certain point, I know it's tough for Marty because he's the best outfielder in the league.
Of course.
And AD is going to be a top 5 outfielder in the league. Does that become more palatable? Maybe. It's just that when I look at whoever's going to draft Martin, the same problem persists. But if Martin's going to go maybe 9 or 10 by accident, because who the fuck knows what happens? Maybe someone likes Jeremy's bat. Maybe someone wants AD on the team.
Yeah,
maybe
no doubt.
Sandagate. Great. Now Marty's going 9, 10. You got a chance at a Baldino or a Gaglio, and then you don't even have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, listen, Martin's just the fucking MVP every fucking stat he fills, and I'm going to take him with the 4th pick, and I come back around, and my best options are, DiNapoli, Ramon Carlos, Faucic, Dunleavy. There's no fucking shortstop there. Am I taking Foster full round early? Am I saying, okay, Joey Pargament's going to be my shortstop now? I got to draft him a round early so I don't fucking panic. And then what do I do at pitcher later? Now who's my pitcher? It's it becomes.
Here's a true story for you, Marty. I saw a mock that was done in, I'll call it my inner circle. The team was you, Conti, me, and a couple other dogs, like Chip Costa, Gary Semchek, a couple of other, I mean Monacchios. It was a fun team.
I love that middle outfield of you and Conti. That's awesome.
You might be right, actually.
Sign me up, good. Mike.
Yeah,
Mike, I'll play outfield for you.
The thing about you, Martin, is if your shortstop makes a mistake, it's a 1 base error. If your left center fielder makes a mistake, it could be a 4 base error.
Yeah.
That's why your value is so inherently different. DeMarco, I love the way he plays ball everywhere he plays. Don't get me wrong. Anthony DeMarco will try to throw someone out from the left center field fence to home plate without a fucking hop. And I love how fucking egomaniacal you have to be to think that you can throw a guy out from that far away.
I do that too, Dom, but
he's a dog. Dude, yeah, but you're gonna
12 cut off men get in the way.
It just bounces a lot.
So it's my feeling is you're gonna play a more polished and a safer left center field, and as a pitcher, I want to mitigate the amount of bases I'm giving away for free out there.
Yeah.
And if I can take a Justin Colorado or a Kuchevsky or one of these guys and get Feingold a little later, and my middle outfield is JC and Feingold or Kuchevsky and someone else, I'm putting AD at shortstop because I'd rather have my shortstop hit 600 and be a fucking monster than have my shortstop hit 300 and bat 8th or 9th. The pitch, me as the pitcher that hits that low, I understand them. I'm bothered by how early I'm drafted. But it's you can get away with a pitcher that hits a little bit less if they can control the game a little bit more. I firmly do not believe, and I said this about Seth's team last year and everyone gave me a bunch of shit, but I do not believe that your shortstop can hit under 400 and really, really have your team feel like a wagon. I think it's really tough. You have to get steals everywhere else.
Yeah,
you have to get really lucky if that's you need a pitcher that's going to hit 550 if your shortstop's going to hit 300. And there's 3 pitchers that do that? 4 pitchers?
Yeah, not many.
Fred and Becker that do that. That's it. Depending on the year, and we'll see how Ed looks after the hernia. So maybe there's 4 guys where you're okay, my pitcher's going to hit 600, my shortstop can hit 300. But most of the time, your pitcher's going to hit, like even AJ last year was going to hit 400. Your shortstop cannot hit 400 with your pitcher hitting 400 as well.
Yeah.
Because then what the second base, Joe Caputo is going to hit 600. As how many second basemen hit 600? Two.
Yeah.
So like, you're telling me your whole middle infield is going to hit 400? That's a lot of fucking weight to pull in the outfield. Because now you're talking about putting nothing but bats out there, which means you're giving up all the bases in the entire fucking world. It's a tough math equation to have to try to figure out. I just think like Jake Woloshin, if he's your shortstop, your bats everywhere else have to be A plus. And
Yep.
you're like, okay, my pitcher and my shortstop are going to be D bats, but they're going to be A plus defense, and everywhere else is going to be a little bit shakier. But we're going to get the run support, and in these two important positions, we're going to play incredible defense, and the rest we're going to go mash. And I think that equation this year, it's hard to solve because who the fuck knows what's going to happen, especially after seeing all these rookie.
I know.
What I knew for sure after watching these tryouts yesterday was A, we didn't replace the talent that we lost. I was never in the camp of we're going to replace all these guys, but not replacing the talent we lost makes the equation of drafting even more of a even more of like kind of like a very confusing game of three-dimensional chess.
How
It's gonna
much morphine did you take before that soliloquy?
I took a lot, dude. I'm not feeling good. I had some codeine. I'm feeling all kinds of. I'm about to open up. I'm about to open this IV back up and see what I got going on.
I think one of the things that happened this weekend with the tryouts, and we'll see what happens with more this weekend, but like just a lot of like quality, solid players that are going to
Yeah.
fill up that
Those middle rounds.
4 to 8 range and make the eights agains, the nines agains. But the twos are going to become the ones because of that, and the
Yeah.
threes are going to become the twos because of that. So
You might see some lower scoring games this year potentially without the offensive firepower that we used to have or accustomed to seeing, but that'll still be fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. I just don't know if there's going to be a Matt Whalen in the 8th round or 7th round
Right.
like there was last year. There's going to be far fewer guys like that that you're going to be able to get a little bit later. You'll be able to get a solid guy, but I think it ultimately is great for the league because I think it brings everyone to a little bit more of a natural level. The
Yep.
competition is always good in this league, and I think it only becomes better. I think the good drafters are probably happy that we didn't replace the talent because the ability to draft in the room becomes a little bit more valuable. And
Yep.
people that don't maybe pay attention, and I don't know who those guys are, but I'm sure we all in our mind can make a few guesses. I think those captains really need to take the time to put a little bit more effort in. And then you have Nick Toronto and Anthony. They are the first year captains, so it's like and I think they're smart ball guys, so like they could they'll figure it out. But it's all
Yeah.
it's not like oh, here's this guy in the 2nd round. This is an easy pick. Here's this guy in the 3rd round. It's an easy pick. It's like it's gonna be less of that. You're going to have to build a car from scratch without knowing what the next part of your car is going to be, and
You're
that's
gonna have to be super strategic. I agree, Dom. I couldn't agree more. You're
flexible.
really gonna have to like be pivoting in that room quite a bit. You're gonna be picking and then saying, "Well, shit, I'm gonna have to put this guy this way, and I'm gonna have to put this guy this, in this spot," and really, really, really strategic this year for sure.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe I take a Rich. We just talked to Rich. When I take Rich, I know he can play left center, right center, maybe shortstop in a pinch, and definitely second base if I need. And a guy like that's value is probably higher this year than in years past because he can play 4 positions. So later, if you grab a bat or you fill a need, or maybe you get to round 7 and you're like, there are no more fucking infielders left.
Yep.
I'm going to move Rich from right center to second base, and I'm going to take the best defensive right center fielder and put him out there. Great.
Yeah.
I think guys like that, the Monacchio is another great combo. You got fucking Babe Ruth at 10. You got Matt and Dan. You could play infield and outfield.
Matt's
Yep.
Matt's the second baseman. That's a shortstop. When you asked that question before,
The old, but Pat Farrell's not there anymore. There's really no other
Yeah.
guy aside from him. You could put Joe there too, but like you don't want it there. You don't
Yeah.
want it there. So it's like those guys that have some more utility are going to be great. And for Martin, like just the willingness and the confidence to be like, yo, I can play shortstop. And anyone that hears that, it's like, okay, great. I don't know if, you can't put Jeremy there. You're not going to do that with him. Amato, you can't put him in left center as much as he would want to play left center. I just don't think you could put him in left field or third base, but there's no, I'd rather him
Value
pitch
there.
it.
Losing value
Yeah.
there with the one, yeah.
So it's like Martin and AD, they provide, and then you also have like Cole, Tino, Sanagate. Like, do I take Sanagate over Jeremy Pastor because there's no fucking shortstop that's coming to me in the second round, and I don't want to reach it a round and a half early on Foster, or have maybe like Matt Monacchio play short, which means I got to reach on him as well. It's not it's not going to be an easy solve.
It's
And
tough.
what you said earlier, Joe, I agree with. It is um, those late picks. Whereas last year I thought it was a tough time late in the draft. And if you look at the final four teams, Baiko was the only team with a late, and he was like a middle pick, like a middle end pick that was even sniffing at a chance of anything good. Whereas
Yeah.
this year, I think when you get a one that's going to be good, and you get a two that's as good as your one this year, I think it allows you to have a little bit more. I think it feels a little bit more comfortable to start with a little more strength. Because these guys in the top, I'm going to start with Nick Martino, but now my two is going to be a three, and my three is going to be a three. And it's like,
Yeah.
would you rather have kind of two ones, or would you rather have would you ever rather have two twos and a three, or a one and two threes? Like, and sometimes in a lot of cases, I think the two twos and the three look a little bit better than the one and the two threes.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be super interesting, dude.
For sure.
Joe, I think we should have you on again after the rookie tryout game. And then we'll have, right, that'll be the week before we pull teams, the week before the draft, all that fun jazz. If you would like to come back.
Of course, dude. You know, man. Whenever you guys want, I could even do like we could do like in prior years, Marty, where I could put together like a power rankings
tiers,
and
yeah.
tiers or something like that. Yeah, we could do something like that too, for sure.
Yeah, I think, you and Pez have been really good. I would love to incorporate you both on, and then
I was seeing text roll through, by the way. They're like, Joe, you love all 234 guys in the league. No wonder why you're on so long.
Yeah, man, dude, you can't have a smile like you and then be a dickhead. It's only Ronald Reagan got away with that. Gary's just having a tough time with his computer over there. It's just Gary on the struggle bus. You got any last thoughts? I mean, we're like,
No,
all right, we're
dude.
gonna do an hour and a half tops. We're fucking 2 hours in.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm looking forward to the little bit more of a relaxing season, and maybe I could turn the batting average around a little bit, but we'll see.
There you go. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, fellas.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Joe. Dom, I think that does it for us. I think that's the whole episode. I don't think we got much else. Appreciate everyone hanging out in the chat. 50 messages. That's a good number. So appreciate y'all. Dom, thank you. Joe, thank you. Chat. And we'll see you out there next week, folks. Peace.
See you Sunday.